It started as an idea, it became a dream, and now it's becoming a reality. No one foreseen it happening, it just happened. But enough of the chit chat. It's game time!
Do you like football? Do you appreciate good commentary? Enjoy the factual entertainment we call podcast. You won't regret it. Tune in while you can. They aren't on forever.
Clocked in, minds at work, stadium's my only church. IQUC, I come in first. NFL, I'll wait my turn. Brucey is the QB1, Timmy is the football nerd. Ryan's hopping on them takes, religious reek will bless with words. Last but not the least is Reese, he shows opinions over. Hova speaks his mind while staying sober. Spits his facts, come watch or show. Your hat is on backwards, you know it's for clothes. Are you lucky they started this show that you're clover? Think that your brain is super, then Nova. Tune in while you can, you'll hate when it's over.
Hello, welcome to this holiday weekend. We want to give a shout out here to our sponsor with Eddie Edmond and the crew over at Levittown Flooring Carpet. Always estimates are free, so you hit them up. They come check it out. They give you a select. If you mention the Football Guys podcast, you'll get a $50 off your whatever you get done. Also, him and Eddie Edmond and Isaiah Noble have a YouTube, Facebook for the Motivational Brothers. This guy sending a positive message, trying to give a positive message in this crazy world. We appreciate you guys.
Eddie, yeah, man, for your carpet needs.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Football Guys podcast. Guess what? I'm your host, Reese Rowe. Ryan is taking a night off, and we are here with Tariq Jackson, Timmy the GOAT, and you already know, Mr. Lee. So we're missing one guy here, as you can probably see. It's Bruce Stone. You know, he's talking to Adam Schefter. He's trying to get the more latest updates, and, you know, it's probably going to talk about some of the news and try to get us more updates on what's going on around the NFL. It's been a crazy week, so I'm going to pass it over to Tim the GOAT, and he's going to go ahead and introduce and let you know, the guys know, and what we're doing for tonight. Take it away, Tim.
Okay, we're going to talk there's a big signing this week. You might have heard of this guy. He shops in the women's clothes department, but he's a good quarterback. His name is Cam Newton. We're also going to talk about some college news with a changing of the flag by a young man that decided to take a stand and won. And just a couple other things about the season on like how this COVID is going to affect the 2020 season. And is it going to be bad or good for the league? Well, I don't mean good for the league. I mean, is it going to be bad for teams or business as usual for teams? So we'll start with the first story is they're cutting out 2 preseason games, but camp and stuff is supposed to go on schedule. And also the Players Association is not happy with the guys doing their own workouts. And let's go with Reese. How do you feel about this, bud?
Man, in regards to the guys, you know, in NFLPA not being happy with the workouts, honestly, I really do think it's kind of BS. You know, a lot of these guys are on contract years. A lot of these guys are literally playing for their livelihood. You know, also, you know, within certain states, you know, there's by the guidelines of WHO, and that's the World Health Organization, they're saying that it's A-OK. So I understand that the NFL is a private entity and, you know, they want their players to go ahead and practice safety. But I know you also you're saying that the season's going to start on time. So what do you expect the players to do? And how do you expect them to prepare to start on a season? And I'm pretty sure the fans do not want to hear, hey, oh, I'm out of shape. Oh, I'm not ready to play come September. No fan wants to hear that, whether they're watching it or whether they're in the seats or not. So it's just ridiculous, man. You know, some of the owners in the NFLPA, I understand, you know, everyone being safe out there, of course, you know, but if you're in Florida, if you're in some of these states that are open, of course, the players are going to go ahead and take advantage of it because guess what they did? You know, they got to this level for a reason because they're competitors, because this is what they do. It's just in their DNA. So I don't know, man. It's just, to me, like, I think it's really silly. You know, I think it's crazy, you know, so we can go more and more, but, you know, honestly, you know, DeMar Smith, you know what I mean? If that's how you say his name. I know his job is tough, you know, in controlling all the safety and making sure everyone, and I understand they're talking about protecting the brand, but let's be honest, man. You know, if we want to protect the brand, the players got to be prepared. You know, no one wants to have an injury, and which usually happens every preseason. Every time you're in camp, you have players go down. And what you think is going to happen this time when they actually get in camp pretty much in 3 weeks? You're going to have some players go down because they're out of shape. So what do you say then? You know? So what do you think, Reek?
So let me pass it over to Ryan real quick. Let me see what you got real quick, and then I'm going to pick off you. What you got, Ryan?
So, I'm not even going to hold you. I didn't do enough research into this. I kind of saw this coming, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'd be surprised if football even happens this year, to be honest. I don't think it's going to happen, so it's not a surprise to me that they went down to 2. Do I agree with it? No, but I'm not shocked. But like I said, I really didn't read too much into it because it's not something I didn't see coming. So I don't have too much to say on that, honestly.
Yo, man. I mean, if you think about it, man, I think it is going to happen on time. You know, Tim, we talked about this, you know, a little bit off air, but I think it is going to happen on time. Should it happen? No, it shouldn't. But, you know, we talked about this before. We're going to really see how big the NFL conglomerate is. We're going to really see how much they really have a whole control days, whether it's going to be Sunday, Monday. We're really going to see, because if you look at these other leagues on how they're literally in a bubble, and I understand that they are the NFL has to travel 1 week. But you're talking about 32 teams. You're talking about 32 teams. That's a lot of traveling, you know, for one business. And it's going to be a lot of exceptions to the rule. So how is it that the NFL is going to go ahead and make so many exceptions to the rule to go ahead and have their product pushed out when we're not doing that for anybody else? Right now, we're not doing it for anybody else. It's July, guys. It's July. So you're trying to tell me literally, 2 months that they're going to have everything ready? We're soon about to get right back into the cold and flu season. What do you do then? There's more players that are popping up in the NBA every time that they're testing, and they're saying, hey, guess what? There's like 20 players since June 23rd that are popping up positive for COVID. Yo, you're talking about a 53-man roster. And this is just and that's just for the start of the season. Matter in camp, you're talking about 100 guys to break it down to 75 and so forth. So there's no way you're going to have that many guys with that many teams and you're not going to have COVID cases. I don't see it happening. I don't think it should. So if they start on time, there's something to say. There's definitely something to say, and there's more behind the scenes to say, guess what? There's someone pushing this more and a lot of money at stake of the NFL not starting on time. And I get it, you know. Guess what? You know, the states, they get rewarded with the NFL still playing and things like that too. But, hey, look, I'm just saying, man, it to me, it's something to you know, raise eyebrows about. So what do you think, Tim?
I'm about to jump back in.
Oh, you got to reach.
All right, so to start back with what Ryan said about will they be playing, they're absolutely going to be playing. Here's why they're going to be playing, for a few reasons. One, it's too much money to lose. You're talking about a $20 billion industry. They're not going down the toilet for that. Two, we look at the coronavirus itself. For statistically, 98% of people, unless you're older or have an ailing condition, something to go with the lungs, something like that, you get it, 14 days, you're good. So if the NFL is smart, you test everybody now, right? Because you got the money.
Some people kick it in 3 days.
Right.
That's true.
But what I'm saying is test everybody now and then put them in a bubble. So if they have it, okay, 14 days, boom, cool. So that everybody in the NFL, if you already had it, you're done, cool, keep it moving. Now you can go going forward. I haven't heard anybody getting the COVID twice. So once you get it, that's it, keep it moving. Like I said, unless you're older or have a history of, like I say, asthma, something like that, yeah.
There actually are people that are starting to get the test positive a second time down the line from when they first tested positive.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, there was the one woman announcer for WWE. She just tested positive for the second time. Her first time was in March. Last weekend was her second.
Okay, so it's possible you get it twice. Okay, so that's fair. But then you look at it now that they're looking at having waivers for fans.
Yeah.
So that way fans can come to the game because they're trying to see home, like we talked about before, home field advantage. So it's definitely going down. Now, as far as the preseason, I like it. I didn't like 4 preseason games anyway. 4 for me was boring. It was boring because all I did was I watched the first one because that was the first time you saw football. So everybody watched the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, you're excited.
Just to see their starter play for 3 plays and then leave, right? And then we watched the whole game because we never saw football in 6 months and we was excited.
We
right?
like crack addicts. We're like, yo, we got football back.
Right, exactly, right? So then you watch your team, your first team, your home team play their first game, see your starters play their first series. Yeah, hope you score. Okay, you looking good. Second game, boring. Third game, okay, now it's gonna get a little spicy. In the fourth game, nobody watched the fourth game unless you had that person that you knew that was your buddy that made the team. You was like, oh man, I hope you make it. Or you had that rising star from like Hard Knocks or something like that. Otherwise, you didn't watch the fourth preseason game.
The fourth game is important though, not for us.
No, I know it's important. I'm saying as a fan, I really could care less. I understand it's important for roster spots and stuff like that, and for the NFL PA for the last point. In theory, it makes sense because you're trying to control the brand. You don't want people getting hurt. But let's be serious. All the top players were practicing before the season started. Like once February is over with and the Super Bowl happens, people are practicing. They're not waiting until April when you have spring training camp to practice and lift. No, they're practicing now. So it's the same risk. When Brandon Brooks tore his Achilles, it could happen in training camp. It's not because he was lifting off schedule that he tore his Achilles. It just was a freak accident. It happens. So you can tell these athletes, like Rose said, that are in contract years or that they're the 90th man on the roster trying to make the 53, that they can't work out hard. You got people like Corey Clement that is trying to stay on the team. You got people like that on every squad saying, listen, this is my livelihood. I need to make the practice squad. I need to make the 53-man roster, or I'm on the street and I'll get another chance at playing. So I the PA need to chill with that. So
honestly, if you need, I'm sorry, Tim, but just real quick, if you're even thinking, I'm wondering what the GMs are thinking. Some of these GMs, they're on the hook this year if they don't have a winning season. You know what I mean? I think we forget about that too. So you want to have these players definitely coming into the camp
coaches
ready.
too.
Coaches, yes, all that. So yeah, man. I was one thing I want to add. Go ahead, Tim. You know what I mean? I didn't want to cut you off, but go ahead.
That's fine. I was just thinking, like, you kind of understand it because, like, the job of the Players Association is to protect you when you're not ready to protect yourself. Kind of like how they put the concussion protocol in.
Yep. To
protect you from yourself, because we all know. I mean, we all play sports, not to the level of the NFL, but we've all got hurt and gone back in stupidly to a game where we know we should have gone back in the game. So it's kind of the same thing. Like, you got to protect them from themselves. That being said, these are grown men. Yes. Especially when you're like a Tom Brady, whose whole career is predicated on that fire and that, like, repetition to make that guy – like he's going to sit out for 6 months and not do anything.
No way.
No way. Like, same thing with like a Drew Brees. Your older player, like, you need this stuff to get your – especially if you're Brady on a new team. Like, if you're like trying to think of a team with the returning guys like receiver
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Like Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and stuff and all the guys, like, they don't really have many new weapons.
Exactly.
They have a new tight end, but besides that, like, they should be pretty good on the timing. But if you're a new team or just a quarterback like Cincinnati. With Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah.
They bring this guy in to be the savior.
Exactly.
It's hard to be the savior when you don't get to play with your guys.
Right.
My biggest thing is why are these guys even recording this thing where the NFLPA can see it? Right. At least you can have it under wraps and where you're not even going to record it.
Don't be Lamar Jackson. Don't be playing on the bench.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? We talked about that before. And it's crazy him playing, football on the beach. It's just nuts.
You see people commit crimes and they tape them. Like
yeah, that's true too.
So people just
I'm off the bank. Look at me, I got this money.
People just think that they're above the reproach. Like, no matter what they do, the rules don't involve them. It's like, I guess it's hard. Like, you think about it. Look at a guy like I won't say Brady because he wasn't a super athlete, but probably a guy like Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
He was super talented in high school, probably super talented in middle school, and like, not that he got favors, but like that guy's treated differently than the guy that's like the 4th-string center.
Oh, you're damn right he is.
So it's like, I guess you start to believe that like you're like the guy after a while. Not that he does, because he seems like a humble guy. Well, I'm just saying that type of player.
Right.
Like
Yes.
when you're told your whole life that you're special. That's like it. I don't know if you ever seen the thing with Mike Tyson. They did like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That Mike Tyson's downfall was he started believing what everyone was telling him,
Yes.
and that
Yes.
killed his career. So it's kind of like that. Like a lot of these guys probably think like they're untouchable. That's why they film their workouts and stuff like that.
I mean, but you know, and also too, I know we're getting a little off, but a lot of the guys now have their own personal brand. If you think back when Chad Johnson played, you know, he was a guy of talking about his own brand and marketing himself. And now a lot of the athletes are realizing that, hey, guess what? You didn't even have them before they even get to the NFL. You have a lot of guys, you know what I mean, in high school now that have their own brand about their IG and their TikTok and so forth and so forth. So we're just in a different, you know, era in which a lot of guys are just talking about their personal brand and trying to market themselves so they can get those big deals, whether it's with Nike or whatever shoe deal, or whatever, and even outside of that. So a lot of guys aren't even thinking life after football, even before they step foot on the football field. I mean, and that can be a great thing or it could be a negative thing. But, you know, you got to realize sometimes what you're putting on the internet that it can come back and go ahead and bite you, you know? So I don't know. I'm cool with guys, you know. I think you have to just realize and check the temperature of the room and the fact of knowing, hey, look, I can either put this on here and I'm going to get scrutiny for it, or I just like, you know what? Hey, let's not put that on here because you don't have to send. You can have that video and you don't have to press send. It's not automatic. You can still hold that thing back.
You just let them know individually, yo, privately, listen, I'm working out here. It's between me, you, and the team. We ain't got to say nothing. I'm telling you, we're doing that. That's what we're doing. You ain't got to put it on IG. Like,
but it's also like,
I think with time, though,
I'm sure other people could see it too.
Yeah, I think with time, they had a drone or something. I don't think they tried to film. I think I saw somebody either had a drone and, like, looked at their workout.
He was taking pictures with Gronk after practice. I know that.
Yeah, so that
said like we're back or something like that. Let me segue this real fast. Let me go off topic. I heard someone talk about this today. If you're a guy like Trevor Lawrence, right, or Fields, do you hope they cancel the college season? Because I would, because for those two guys, all they can do is go down, in my opinion.
Wow. I would say more for Trevor Lawrence than Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields needs to get another one because, one, he's already had one season as a starter.
I think he needs more.
Two, the program is with Ohio State, so you know they always have fast this, fast that.
Yeah.
I think he needs to have one more season.
But I'm saying he's considered a top 5 pick right now.
He is. He is, no doubt. But I'm saying for him.
I don't think he can go any higher, I think. Like, I'm not saying for, like, I'm talking about draft-wise, not
He could go 5-1 if you have a Heisman season. He can be looked at one.
I think it doesn't help Trevor, though.
My thing, though, is what's a better jump? 5-1? And nowadays, it's not that much more money. But if you drop from 5 to 25, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but 5-1, that's a lot of guaranteed money. And then for you set the market.
Not that much anymore, I'm telling you, because they have that cap now. It's not like if this was the Sam Bradford days, I agree with you 100%. Where like you can get whatever you want, but now it's like capped anyway. So I feel like dropping is a worse thing for him, in my opinion, than it would be to rise up 3 or 4 spots.
I mean, didn't Clowney do that in which he didn't hardly play his senior year just because he was scared to drop in the draft or get hurt and so forth and so forth because he already knew he was going to be.
Both didn't play his senior year last year.
And
it didn't hurt him.
What he went number 2?
Yeah.
So exactly. So yeah. But I mean, go ahead. What we got next, Tim?
So next let's go with one second, sorry. With Kylan Hill fighting to get the Mississippi State flag changed and being successful at it.
Yes.
Who wants to go in first here?
I'll jump in. I think this was a great move for him. This is a shout out to him because he stood up and he said, I'm not going to play until I've actually moved. And I think that's a big move because when people look at those southern states, they are really high on the Confederacy. One, because that was their rebellion from being United States of America. This is like, where's this our America over here? And for those that know, they lost that war. They lost the Civil War. So for losing the Civil War, why do you want to – and everybody knows what the Civil War was about. It was about keeping slaves. That's what it was about. So the South wanted to keep them. The North didn't. The South flag, which is Confederacy flag, represents that. It's no way you can duck it, dodge it, whatever. It's just like the Nazi flag in Germany. They don't show the Nazi flag in Germany for that same reason, because it means hate, it means killing, it means racism, it means all that. So we have this Mississippi flag that still has it on there, right? You see nowadays they're taking away statues of former slave owners. They took away the Redskins, took away one of the former owners because I believe he had something to do with either the Civil War or some of that nature. He was involved in that. So it's a new year. It's a new day. It's 2020. We're trying to take away all things that could be racist or hateful away. So I love what he did. I think it was a stand-up dude for him because, I mean, he has some power. This is the only power that you have as a college athlete because you're getting a scholarship. That's all you're getting. Now, for most people, a scholarship is great. You get full education. But for these people, it's nothing because these universities are getting millions for a $40,000, $50,000 scholarship. They're making millions off of these players. And he's the probably top 3 player on their team.
Yes, he is.
So I'm glad he did. I support him. What you got, Ryan?
I agree with everything you just said, Reek. To the T. I agree with you 100%. From top to bottom, you put it perfectly. There's not a single thing with that I could disagree with.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, man, you got to, once again, you do got to give a big shout out to Mr. Hill, Kalen Hill, because, you know, a young man, I believe he's 21 right now. You know, he's going to his junior year. Once again, as we talked about Trevor Lawrence and we talked about Justin Fields, you know, he's probably thinking of going to the next level. But what I'm realizing more and more is that these young athletes are starting to realize, like, hey, how much power I actually do have, what I can actually do off the field. And it's great to see a young man. And he's from Mississippi. So he's actually was born in Columbus, Mississippi. So it's like
home for him.
Yes.
It's home for him.
This
He
hit home.
probably dealt with it growing up. You know,
Yes.
people just liking him because of his talent, right?
Exactly.
But once he leaves that football field, he's just another black dude. You know what I'm saying? So he probably knew, he felt it. I know he
Exactly. He had to feel it. So it's like, hey, you know what? This does mean more for me. Hey, I actually stayed home to go ahead and play for my state because I do have pride from where I'm at. And guess what? I want you guys to give me the same respect too as well, because I do want to put Mississippi on the map, as we always say. And I want to let you guys know that we have great people coming from Mississippi, but we need to change some of our ways. Just like throughout the whole nation, throughout the whole world, we need to change some of our ways. And it's okay. But my biggest thing with him is the fact that we talk about our young people today not being aware, and to see a guy that's 21 to go ahead and know what? Put in the thing being from the armed service, put honestly service before self. He put his college career on the line because this could have went negative. They could have said, you know what? Nah. We don't want to change that. Who do you think you are? Just because you can play football does not mean that we need to change what we've done or we had for years, decades. Why should we change it just because you think so? And so I'm glad to see that also that the college, you know what I mean, stood behind them, the players and so forth and so forth.
Coach stood behind them. I thought it was a big move.
It was
great. Players
great
love when their coach stands behind them. That's like number one. Like they want to look and see, do the coach, are you with me? And he'll be like, yes, I'm with you. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
And so now what do you think this young man's going to do? He's going to play his heart out for this coach. You know what I mean? He's going to put everything, even though he probably would have, in being a top talent, you know, because we talk about a lot of these young players being divas on the football field, you know, like, oh, you know, he doesn't want to play this because guess what? It is money on the line. He may have a chance to go ahead and make it to the next level. So for Kalen Hill to go ahead and necessarily do this and do this at you know, how young he is, you know what I mean? It's a hat off to him. It's kudos to him. I salute you, young man. You know what I'm saying? And keep on doing your thing. Honestly, I think the players are now looking at the major league players from different, you know, organizations, from different businesses like the NBA, MLB, NHL, and seeing what they're doing and saying, you know what? I do have a voice. I can do something outside of football. I'm not just a football player. And so, honestly, I like this because you're demanding respect, you're demanding change, and it's great. And we need more young athletes to step up and voice their opinion. Of course, you know what I mean? Do some research, learn, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't want you guys to speak all out, but we know so many college athletes who have made a wrong turn, who have done silly things, who committed crimes, you know what I mean, who are now no longer even have their dream cut short because of the fact of they did a heinous, dumbass crime, and now their whole journey and dream is cut short because of who they hung out with. So honestly, I like to see Kalen Hill continue to do something like this. Continue now. He's a leader. Now more guys are want to go to that school, want to be there, and follow behind his footsteps. And it's a great thing for Mississippi State. What you got, Tim?
I'll be the first to admit I'm like anti-cancel culture, but I think this is great only because I don't understand this love for the Confederacy. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm looking past what it stands for, but it lasted like 4 years. It's not like it's a rich part of their history. It was 4 years of history. That's one presidential term. I don't understand why they're so in love with this Confederate thing. Like it's not like they asked them to change the United States flag.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It was a bad situation that it was guys pretty much saying, F you to the country. You're not going to tell us what to do. We're going to do what we want to do. And they tried to fight and they lost. So it's like, I just don't understand the need for this thing. Like, but I can see if you say like I don't care about it or whatever, or just do whatever. But the people fight for this thing like it's like the most important thing in the world. It's 4 years.
Those states do, man. It's crazy. It's so crazy how hard they fight for this flag. And then they look at it like, what do you mean? We're not doing anything wrong. What do you mean? Yes, you are doing something wrong. Like, what are you fighting for? Like, what are you fighting for?
I'll tell you the one thing I don't like, though. It's like I applaud this kid because he stood up for something he believed in.
Yes.
But that's not ultimately what got this thing changed.
No, it wasn't.
It was the fact that they didn't want the Twitter mob at their door protesting their school. And like this guy, I looked him up earlier. He is actually a good player. I wasn't sure at first. Like I didn't know about him.
He's good.
But he's not like he's a bum player. But if he left the school, it's not that good of a school like where that's going to cost them national championship hopes or something like that.
Exactly.
But I just more against like the thing like you said earlier about like people that do something wrong in the past and they deserve a second chance, whether you robbed a store, you beat somebody up or did something wrong, as long as it's not like something bad like you're murdering, raping people.
Yeah.
You have to show that you did it. But like just certain things like we live in a society now, like if you say something that everyone doesn't agree with, it's like all of a sudden you're attacked for being the bad guy.
Exactly.
And that's just not how you change things. You change things by talking and say, look, this is my point of view. This is your point of view. We might not agree, but if I hear your point of view and you hear my point of view, then we can come to an agreement that neither one of us are coming from a bad place.
Exactly. It might have more understanding.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
And I agree with that for most things, unless it deals with like hate. Then it's like we can't have this conversation. Like if your view is hate, we can't have this conversation. But most of the time, yes.
But hate is also you can't always prove hate. I mean, if someone does something like say something happens between me and Ro, and we get in a big falling out, right? Someone could say, "Oh, I don't like him. I'm racist." You know what I mean, but that doesn't mean that's what it is. It could just be something they don't know about. That's why I think what's wrong with the country now is like when something really does happen that has that hate to it, people are like, "Well, is it that? Is it this? Is it that?" Like, we need to cut out like what's really hate and what's just we don't agree.
Because hate is such a strong word. It
is.
Really is.
It is.
And I had this conversation with me and Bruce the other day. And in my humble opinion, people that are really, really racist don't put it out there in the world because they're cowards. So people that really, really have that hate in their heart don't broadcast that publicly because they're afraid of what will happen if they throw that out there. And I mean, not to say there's not racist people out there doing stuff, but I'm saying these people are like the evil inside people. They don't broadcast it out there because, like I said, they're cowards.
Yeah.
They don't want to say something about you because they're afraid of what you're going to do to them.
Exactly.
So that's the fact of it. I 100% applaud this kid though because, like you said, the school had nothing to lose, but this kid had everything to lose.
He really did.
To me, like when I read the story, sometimes you hear stories like this and you don't like know if it's like a publicity thing or something. But like, listen to this kid. Like, I 100% think that this kid had every right intention in his heart. So
Yeah, man. Like I said before, man, this kid, he's from there, so he knows he's
Yeah.
witnessed things that me and you may have not have witnessed. So it hits home for him. It hits his family, friends, and so forth. So for him to go ahead and fight, he's probably even had family who's talked about this, who maybe went through different things. So he did have a lot more to lose than to actually gain. But he could have actually, as we said earlier, he could have just went someplace else and said, all right, cool, man, they don't want to change it. I'm not with that. Let me go to someplace else.
Yeah.
So many kids now transfer just for a nosebleed. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh yeah.
what I mean? Oh, I'm not getting this. I don't like how this is working. And they quickly transfer. And you know what? I won't debate that, because you can transfer for whatever reason. It is your career. It is your journey. So whatever fits you. But this kid decided to go ahead and stay there and said, hey, look, if y'all want me to stay here, I think we need to change this. So once
I wish
again,
the
you got to
Oklahoma State running back would have took this stance. I wish you'd have stayed.
Yes.
I wish you'd have stayed as strong as he did,
Yeah.
because he made a powerful tweet, and then he backed off. Don't back off. If that's how you feel, if you write about it, stand up for it. Don't be scared of the backlash.
But in my opinion, that's taking off someone because of their opinion. I mean,
yeah,
it's not like the coach was out there at a Klan meeting or something. I mean,
no, it was the shirt he had. I guess basically it's. I have to do more research about the network, but apparently the network is very very
it's right wing.
controversial.
It's right wing. It's not. I did some research. It's not really. I didn't see anything that's that controversial. It's like Fox News.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like they're out there like playing like white supremacy or something. Like,
it was like right wing.
Yeah, well, it's like it's all like the pro gun and all that other stuff. Like, not what I seen. Like, I looked at a bunch of stuff on there just to see. Cause I actually never heard of it.
Me neither.
I seen the thing, and it's just kind of like it's a different way of thinking. Like there might be something I didn't deep dive into it, but I looked at a couple articles. It was mainly the type of stuff you would see on like a Fox News or something.
Yeah, very true. I mean, but like I said, man, we shout out once again to Kalen Hill. Tremendous, I mean, good. Hopefully we have a college season, and I hope you do your thing, man, once again. And I hope the people of Mississippi, I hope you guys are able to go ahead and get it together like the rest of the nation and work together, because we are better as a country together than divided. So shout out to Kalen Hill, shout out to the state of Mississippi, and shout out to Mississippi State, the college, in which and hopefully you guys, man, good luck to y'all to the season. So what do you got next, Tim?
Is that Dak Prescott school?
Yeah,
it is Dak Prescott school.
It is.
And Mike knocked out
and Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And Johnny Football.
Like,
yes.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. I'm sorry. Yeah, Texas A&M.
Oh, it's Texas A&M. You messed me up with that.
I got you.
But Fletcher Cox went to Mississippi State, though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Pause.
Did he?
Yes.
Bruce loves that guy.
Yes, he did. He always, every time. He can't help it.
So
what we got?
Now we'll go into the big ticket, the main event, as they say.
Shit.
The thriller in Manila. Cam Newton signed a very team-friendly deal.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
I'm mad at Ryan right now.
And he makes less than a lot of kickers do.
Oh, shade already.
But what do you guys think about this? Let me go
Ryan,
first.
what you saw, Ryan, because you spicy right now.
Wait. I want to go first, Ryan, because I have – these guys know it. I have the conspiracy theory.
He does.
All conspiracy theories.
He does.
They had all this time to sign Cam Newton. When did the Patriots sign Cam Newton? Right after they got in trouble for cheating again.
Facts.
I believe not that he's just in there for that. The Bill Belichick's thinking, hey, if I can pull this guy in and he turns into 2015 Cam, what am I? I'm Genius Bill again. But I honestly think that he looks forward to going with Jared Stidham and start the season. It's knowing that New England has the hardest offense in the league. And going from Tom Brady to Cam Newton, not saying that Tom Brady's a better athlete, a better thrower of the football than Cam Newton, but he's a different quarterback. And it's not like Cam was in the most hard-to-learn offenses in Carolina. Not to mention the fact that they have no weapons, which is 90% of why I think Tom Brady left. I don't actually think it was Bill Belichick. he knew they were up against the cap, and they had no weapons besides their running backs. And the offensive line isn't that good. The best offensive lineman is pissed. He wants a contract. He wants out. He was trying to Jamal Adams' way out of there. And they lost their guy that's considered the best offensive line coach in the league the last whatever years. What's his name? Skarnecki. So I don't think, even if Cam plays, that this team's a playoff team. I'm starting to go with the Ryan Lee theory. And I won't get into the theory.
Wow.
But I'm starting to subscribe to the theory. I'll let Ryan go next if he wants to talk about the theory.
So there's a best case scenario and a worst case scenario here for the New England Patriots.
Oh, shit.
Best case scenario is Cam Newton comes in. He looks like 2015 Cam. They make it in as a 1 seed and they win the Super Bowl. Worst case scenario is he comes out and looks like dog shit and they lose enough games to get Trevor Lawrence. Because it's going to be one extreme or the other. You're either going to get really good Cam or you're going to get really bad Cam. So if you ask me, it's a win-win for the Patriots. And they got him cheap. He's a former MVP that cost you less than $10 million.
It's actually
$10 million.
It's
Less
like
than $8 million.
It's 1.05.
Yeah, but no, it's like 8.5 after
No.
with the incentive.
It's 1.05 and it can get up to 7.5.
No,
But the salary is 1.05.
It's not even that.
I'm talking about – I know. I'm talking about incentive.
His contract's like $585,000.
Yes, 550. My man's getting.
If he doesn't make the team, that's what he gets, $585,000.
Oh my
Shit
God,
is dog shit.
So
Let me just
that's
say
what I
this,
mean.
too. Also, I'm not just saying Cam Newton. I don't think there's any quarterback in the league that could go to this Patriots team and make them a great team. That's how bad their weapons are.
So I got to rebuttal that, Tim, because and Ro's going to co-sign on this. When Cam was MVP, none of his weapons were better than Julian Edelman. I'm just saying.
I'll sign on that line too.
Like, none of them were better than Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman, people are arguing he's a Hall of Famer because he had 3 rings and he got an MVP in the Super Bowl.
Julian Edelman 3 years ago.
Actually, last year in the Super Bowl, and he won MVP. It was 2018.
It wasn't. It was.
Yeah, it was 2 Super Bowls ago. It was y'all this year.
It was before the Eagles Super Bowl.
No, he won MVP against the Rams.
Did he?
Yeah.
Sure about that?
When it was 13-3, positive, because Tom Brady was trash truck juice. It wasn't for Edelman, he may not have scored at all. Gronk had 1 good catch the whole game. Tom Brady was terrible. Well, you look at when Cam won MVP, Philly Brown, Ted Ginn, Devin Funchess, like those are his 3 receivers.
You said it was 2016 that Edelman won that?
Yeah. I told you it was 2016. It was against the Falcons who won the MVP.
The Falcons.
No.
Because he had that crazy catch.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Who won MVP for 20? Who won
Tom
MVP
Brady.
for? No, he. I know damn well he didn't win MVP for that one. No way, because he had an interception that game. MVPs. We're gonna listen. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna look this up for a second.
Gotta take a little pause to make sure we get
there's
the facts straight.
There's no way. I remember seeing that. Winners.
But I mean, look,
MVP, Tom Brady.
And that was for what? 2000.
Super Bowl against the Rams.
Yep.
Nope, I got it different. I got Julian Edelman 2019.
Oh, hold on,
You're looking at the Rams when he played back in 2000.
Oh.
Boom. Back in the 2000s. Julian Edelman won MVP against the Rams, the new Rams, because he was the one that got all them catches running them option routes. But that being said, like I said,
that's true.
like 3 of those, all those 3 receivers I mentioned are not playing anywhere except for Devin Funchess. So Cam has the ability
Ted Ginn still plays.
Huh?
Ted Ginn still plays.
playing.
Oh, Ted Ginn. Okay, we'll give him Ted Ginn. He's also almost damn near 40. He's like the new Joey Galloway. He still
Don't
can run,
disrespect my man like that.
He can
Ohio
still haul
State.
ass.
I know. Listen,
He's a
Ohio
Buckeye.
State, you know what I'm saying?
He can haul ass.
This being said, though, Julian Edelman won that MVP by default, kind of.
I'm not going to knock that.
He didn't
But
do
what I'm
much
saying
against
is
the
that
Rams.
the only thing that's a big difference is that the New England offense is 1-2 step and throw. Cam likes to push the ball down the field. So they need to change it up to fit for Cam's strengths, right?
Yes.
And they also need to put a little bit of Lamar Jackson offense in there. You got a guy that's 6'5", 250. You better put the ball in his man's hands and let him run it a little bit, a couple times. But I feel like they can win the division. I'm not sold on Josh Adams. He's
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Oh my God, Josh Adams. Josh Allen. I'm not sold on Josh Allen at all. I mean, he okay, but that defense is the reason why that they got to the playoffs.
You damn right.
So right now, Cam is the best quarterback in that division.
I mean, it's simple.
He's better than Tua. We like Tua, but he's better than Tua.
Is
He's
Tua
better
going
than
to
Ryan
play?
Fitzpatrick. He's better than Josh Allen. But what are you
And
talking
Josh
And
Allen.
it's
he
Sam
brought 2 years in a
Darnold.
row.
I'm
He's
pretty
better
sure
than
he's
Sam
better than Sam Darnold. So
Right. So right now he's the best quarterback in the division. So how are you going to say the
Say
best
this.
quarterback in the division don't win the division?
He was better than those guys.
man, y'all keep with the
Tim.
was and
Tim, right
Jeez.
now, you're telling me you'd rather have Sam Darnold than Cam Newton if Cam Newton is healthy. I'm talking about healthy
But
Cam.
that's the if, though. That's my point.
Well, I mean,
We
can
don't
say
know if
that
he's
about
healthy or not.
Carson Wentz, Sam Bradford, Drew Brees. Like, we could say healthy, you know what I'm saying? My point is, Cam healthy is better than them. And
But
all the records saying he's healthy now.
But that's the if. Nobody really knows because they didn't get a chance to test him that well. He
Well,
looks healthy.
We know Bill Belichick. He's not
he
signing
had
him
a
up.
year off of football. He
Yeah,
had
right.
a whole damn year off of football. He
Yeah, he's
might
not.
be healthier than he's ever been.
You saw him. You see the IG. He's another one post IG.
Yes.
He gave up on him.
Yeah, who cares about that stuff though?
I'm just
A
saying.
lot of people do.
He
I
look- he-
mean,
Dude,
look, you can
I
tell
can
by
send
the guy.
Bruce out there to make those throws and stuff like that. That doesn't mean he's
He's
ready
not
to be
going to
in
look
the
like Cam Newton. He look like Cam Newton. He got a flag football championship by now.
He can take his shots at Bruce.
I love Bruce. No, I love Bruce. Bruce is my guy. That's the best quarterback I've ever played with. I'm saying
throwing
if he
the
was
ball,
built like
I'm
Cam
saying-
Newton, he would
know.
dominate
He
all
would
these
he would definitely
teams.
dominate. He would
He would
dominate.
dominate.
He would definitely dominate. Let's call it
That's,
what it is.
Cam Newton
It
is
what it is.
different. Like
He
he's
definitely is different. He definitely is different.
So
But
I see them.
He was
I can
different.
see him winning the division because that
Now
defense is
look.
still legit.
What hasn't changed in New England? They still got Bill Belichick, correct?
Come on,
They still got Josh Daniels, correct?
come on.
Now, let's go back a little bit. You guys remember a guy named Matt Cassel? I know you
Correct.
should still remember that too, Ryan, because
Made him-
he
made
was
him
around your
money.
age.
06.
Right.
No,
Right.
07.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like 08, actually, Reek.
He tore the
Yep.
ACL and he came
Yes.
in. Yeah,
Came
yeah,
in.
yeah. Oh, wait,
He
you're
did
right.
well.
07, they won the Super Bowl. Yes, sir.
Thank you. They did well. Oh, okay. Let's update a little bit more because that's like, what, 12 years ago? Okay, let's update a little
Talk
bit.
about Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Got that
Come
man
on.
paid.
Tom, you know about him. I mean, Tim, you know about him. Come on, GOAT. You know about him.
Jacoby
What you got,
Brissett.
Ryan?
Got
What you
him
got?
paid.
Quick.
Come on.
On
Come
the
on. I'm
Jimmy-
about to get you his work.
He won 2 games.
No, I'm not disrespecting Jimmy G right now, but I'm going to tell you why I think Bill Belichick traded him. I don't think it had anything to do about a beef with Robert Kraft. I think it was kind of more like a humanity move.
No, because the
Maybe.
beef wasn't Robert Kraft. The beef was with Belichick.
No,
Belichick
I'm
wanted
saying-
to keep
no.
Jimmy G.
Belichick made the call. No. Oh,
No, no.
never mind.
You
I
switched.
think
I know what
Robert.
you're saying.
I think Robert Kraft trading him was a humanity move because Jimmy G was really like they were doing him raw. He was on the bench for nothing.
He was.
Well, again,
And-
here's the thing.
They saw what he was capable of. You're doing a man at that point. It's really like if you're going to hold him like that, you have to. It kind of shows that Robert Kraft doesn't have the best rap.
But it wasn't. So here's the thing. It wasn't Robert Kraft's move. It was Bill Belichick. So here's what happened. Tom Brady wanted to stay. Bill wanted Jimmy G. He said, I want him to move forward. Tom went to Robert Kraft and said, listen, I'm staying. Make Bill trade Jimmy G. So what Jimmy did, he cool with the Shanahans. So that's why he on game for second-round pick. Everybody knew that Jimmy should have went for at least a first-round pick. A second-round pick for Jimmy G, who's already a second-round pick, that was a steal. I mean, obviously now it look like it's – but he was a steal at the time. When you're trading for a high draft pick, that's like Jalen Hurts right now, right? Jalen Hurts plays a couple games, look good, but still sit the bench, and then you want to trade him for a second. You're like, no, he's at least a first because he's young. Jimmy was young when he traded to Niners. He was maybe 25, 26. So he did a little favor for the Shanahans and trade him over there. But it was Kraft that wanted to keep Brady, but Bill wanted him gone. Bill wanted Jimmy G.
Can I interject right here? We're talking about
Go
Matt
ahead.
Cassel. Matt Cassel took over the all-time team there, the record-setting
did.
offense, and
He
did
did. He had
nothing with
Randy. He had
But
Randy.
he did make a Pro Bowl at Kansas City the next
He,
year, though.
he threw 21 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Randy Moss scored more touchdowns than that the year before that. So let's not act like that Matt Cassel
Okay.
was the reason that they were in the thing.
No, but he got him paid though.
got him
His
paid.
point is that Belichick gets you paid.
Belichick, and
Yeah,
who
that's
else
not
do you
good.
have?
Look at Matt
Josh.
Flynn.
Well, 10 million and 30 million are two different millions. Jacoby got
Well,
30 million from the Colts.
And Matt
Let-
Flynn didn't even play it once he got to Seattle,
let's
right?
look at it this way
Yeah,
too.
because Russell Wilson just.
What has Bill Belichick or Josh McDaniels done without Tom Brady?
Well, you just
We-
told
Oh,
me that
you know what? I'm
We know
glad
what
you
that
said
is.
that. Hold on, time
We
out.
don't know what
I'm glad
Tom-
you said that. So hold on, I'll tell you what they did. He went 3-1 with a guy named Jacoby Brissett and Jimmy G. 3-1. Matter of fact, he had a guy named Jacoby Brissett who beat the Houston Texans, who had a top 5 defense that year, and they was moving the ball against Brian Hoyer. And guess what he did? He ran the read option. Jacoby Brissett actually won the job out in Indianapolis and became
he
a
did.
starter.
Yes, he did.
Jimmy G became a starter.
Yes, he did.
That's all under Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick. And guess what? Jacoby
Brissett got passed up
Brissett
for,
was third
Philip
string.
Rivers.
Hey, look. I understand it. I understand what you're saying.
That's 4 games though. That's not doing
Hey,
without them. That's just riding
well,
the ship.
But what I'm saying is, guess what? Without having Tom in those 4 games, they still went 3-1. And honestly, Jimmy G only played 2 games. Because you got to remember, Jimmy G got hurt. And Jacoby stepped in.
Jacoby was 1-1.
Hey, we do
Exactly.
know what Josh McDaniels did without Tom Brady though.
He won a playoff game with Tim Tebow.
Tim
No, he didn't.
Tebow.
Yes,
No, he
he
didn't.
did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Look who the
Yes.
coach was of that team.
I could have sworn Josh McDaniels was the coach.
Yes, he was the coach.
He was
He
the
had
coach in
Tim
Denver.
Tebow. And guess who was behind Tim Tebow?
He got fired.
Cam Newton. So my thing is, guess what? Josh knows how to make it work. Josh can make it work with Cam. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to make the offense around Cam. Everyone, for some reason, thinks now that Cam goes over to New England and he has to conform to the Tom Brady style of offense. No. They're going to go ahead. I'm pretty sure Josh McDaniels right now, one of the great offense coordinators, is designing things for Cam Newton to do well in. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we forget that Cam Newton did well in the
head
North Turner
coach
offense.
Was John Fox.
It was
Okay,
John
so
Fox.
John Fox. Okay. Was
Yeah.
he the
Okay.
coordinator there or no?
No, he got fired because he was so shitty without Tom Brady.
Okay.
On
So I'll give you McDaniels. I could have swore that was him. It was the year before. So yeah, it was John Fox.
It was the year before.
Okay, so you'll
He
get the
drafted
McDaniels.
Tebow,
I'll give you
and
that.
then they got him fired.
Right, I'll give you that.
Which is still
Now-
crazy because
listen.
guess what? He still wound up with that quarterback. They still wind up going to what? The Super Bowl. And he pretty much still – I mean, don't get me wrong. I look, Tebow has a lot more playoff wins than a lot of other quarterbacks. I'll tell you that right now. Even though it was
He
only
has
one. Hey, look, he's a lot of other quarterbacks.
More than Matt
The funny
Stafford.
part, Romo, he had the same amount as Romo for many years, and Tebow
Matt
didn't play
Stafford
as
got
long.
none.
See what I'm
The other
saying?
guy,
And
the
got
other
paid a
guy-
lot more. Like you said, Matt
We're
Stafford
not
got
gonna
none.
talk about him, Tim. We're not talking about him, Tim.
like
I
the
know.
guy
We're
that
talking
has-
about him, Tim.
the guy that has less playoff touchdowns than Derrick Henry.
Oh my God.
I know that would great
Leave
me.
my guy
But still,
alone.
look, Cam Newton is going to come in, and I like to say, what did Richard Sherman say? I think it's a dog shit contract. This is crazy. I do have to agree with you. He said, yo, how many former league MVPs have had to sign for minimum? Asking for a friend. The San Francisco 49ers star defensive back posted on Twitter, and he said this. He said, it's just ridiculous. As transcendent talent and less talented QBs are getting 15 to 16 million a year. Come on.
Chase Daniel make more than him and Winston combined. Not Daniels.
on.
Daniel.
This is a
Played
smack
4
in the
games. He
face to
started
Cam
4
Newton.
games in 10 years.
See what I'm
He
saying?
made more than them.
Come on.
It's
This
ridiculous.
is a straight dog shit contract. Let's call it what it is.
They should have signed it.
He probably
did.
shouldn't.
He said it's not about the money. It's about respect.
It is.
He's
And
not-
honestly, I think he's
That's
going to
not
play
a
with a chip on his shoulder.
Right.
He's going to play with a chip on his shoulder.
He don't get paid
He's
like
trying to
Tannehill
prove
did. Watch.
guys like you, Tim. You know what I'm saying? And Bruce, if he was here, they pretty much are doubting him, saying, oh, I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt after a year off.
Watch.
And it's not even the fact of the shoulder. He's been hurt because of his foot. He had a Liz Frank. That was his recent injury.
He's not
was a
be careful
Liz
with that
Frank.
shoulder holding the clipboard.
I can argue he's the best quarterback they've had since Brady. I agree he's better than Jimmy G. Now we can go back and forth about that, but he has a better peak than Jimmy G. So imagine if he gets close to that, what this team gonna be?
I know.
Close to MVP form, Cam,
I-
with Bill Belichick and that
I don't think-
defense?
I don't think he fits, man. Personality wise.
What?
Let's see. They're gonna let Cam be Cam because they made that mistake with Chad Johnson.
Yeah, try
They let
pouting.
Chad be Chad.
Try pouting in the corner when you lose with Bill Belichick. See how that takes off.
I mean, we also forget, like, honestly keep thinking Cam is just going to do what Cam does. You got to think Cam is now going into an organization that's a championship organization. You don't think he's going to conform? Randy Moss said the same thing. Randy Moss said the same thing about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, how he treats everybody the same, whether you're the top guy or whether you're a low guy. So Cam's going to get criticized, and Cam knows that. So he's going to have to conform.
I think he can take it. I think Cam's still going to be Cam.
He's been taking criticism all his career, since college, since high school.
This is an honest question. A superstar player, MVP.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a guy pout like he does when he loses a game?
See, you can say pout, or you can say, guess what? I'm a competitor.
I'll call you.
No. There's a difference between mad and pouting. Children pout.
Okay.
Well, the man lost a Super Bowl.
I know.
Not just that. Every time he loses a game, he puts a towel over his head and he pouts.
Look, just because. So how is he supposed to react? So you're going to judge him on how you think he should react after a loss.
There is no think how you should react.
How should you react after a loss?
Grown men don't pout.
Are you sure?
I mean,
Are you sure? You got grown men crying after a loss.
Look at Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick don't take a loss well.
That's different. Yeah, I don't mind if he cries, but he pouts.
Bill Belichick does the grown man pout.
I don't. Yeah, he doesn't want to talk.
He don't want to talk. Like that's it's worse. He's the head coach. The head coach is never supposed to like.
Bill Belichick does that because he doesn't want anybody to get a look into his person. Oh, he wants everyone to see him as that guy.
What you got, Brian?
I'm not against Cam Newton, but a grown man would have dove at that football too in that Super Bowl.
I can give you that.
If you want to say that was a business move, okay, I can't argue that. That was a business move.
That was a Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, I'm
understandable.
A year that should have been a slam dunk for them.
It should have been, but it wasn't. Why not? Because you're playing with dog shit ass receivers called Philly Brown.
You got Von Miller.
Your best receiver's your tight end.
But he made that decision in that moment. That was the difference between them winning the championship and what actually happened.
I can't argue that because weren't they down 10 at the time?
No.
What?
I don't think they've ever done that much because Peyton Manning was fucking horrible.
They lost by 10.
Von Miller won that Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't block
fucking Funches, who's ass. He hasn't done shit in the league.
Well, the other team had a guy that couldn't throw the ball more than 4 yards.
Yeah, but look,
they had a running game. They had a running game.
They had that defense.
And they had
so
a defense.
Cam.
But you played against you. That defense didn't show up.
Well, I'm gonna say they did. To be honest with you, but when you can't block Von Miller, that's what happened.
Yes, exactly.
The Panthers didn't have that. They didn't have
and that was early.
They had Luke, but Luke don't rush the passer.
He doesn't. That definitely doesn't. Look,
Nick Bosa played better than Von Miller in the Super Bowl last year, and they still lost.
Wait, say that again?
Nick Bosa played better in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs than Von Miller did against them, and they still lost. I can't give you that.
No. I can't give you that.
You can probably say stats wise.
I can't give you that because when you
talking about a wrecking, like causing disruption.
No, I watched the Super Bowl. Nick was decent, but there was times where he wasn't nowhere near the quarterback. All game long, dude, Von Miller was there. All game.
It was rated the best pass rushing game in Super Bowl.
Well, that's rushing.
That's the whole. Damn it.
That's the whole unit.
One play.
No, because the whole unit was balling.
He also got the most uncalled holding penalties in Super Bowl history. But I digress about that.
I mean, we all know holding calls is no.
I mean, Tim, look, I'm right there with you. So I'm not going to go ahead and debate you on that. But look, we lost. That it is what it is.
What?
Shit. We lost. So look, Von Miller, they fucking won. Look, they took Cam Newton's heart. You can say that. I'm cool. You saying that, cool. But what I'm going to say is that Cam Newton, when he's on, he's fucking on.
Yes.
That's it. He beat out Peyton. He beat out Breeze. He beat out Brady. He beat out Rodgers as voted the number one guy, not just by writers, by his league, his peers. His peers. He took that shitty ass offense with Ed Dixon. Devin can't catch the ball Funches. Only got one speed Ted Ginn. Where the fuck is Philly Brown at? Joe Webb had to play goddamn wide receiver. and he's not even in the league no more.
Real quick, because he said that Nick Bosa had better stats and he didn't. Nick had 5 tackles, 1 sack, and a strip sack.
I didn't say stat. I said he put more pressure on him.
Okay, so your argument is he put more pressure.
Sack, fumble for a touchdown.
He had a sack in the first fumble. Meanwhile, Von Miller had 6 total tackles, 2.5 sacks, 1 pass deflection, and forced 2 fumbles. I think 1 caused they had the ball at like the
touchdown.
1 yard line and they scored the next play.
Yep, touchdown.
So I can't. I mean, Bosa balled out.
Yeah, he
But
did.
he wasn't Von Miller. Von Miller, what he did was different. Like
It
that's
definitely was different.
that he literally was like, y'all not winning the Super Bowl. I don't know what to tell you.
Like, when you think about the pass, the only thing you think about is Von Miller. You don't even think about the other guys.
Yeah, and he had good people. They had Derek Wolfe. They had DeMarcus Ware. He literally DeMarcus Ware is a Hall of Famer in my opinion, and he outplayed.
He may
him.
make it. Yep, he
He
definitely
outplayed him.
his
It wasn't even
old ass.
close how he dominated that game. So
He helped get DeMarcus that chip. So I mean,
yes, he did because he was getting in Dallas fans because y'all suck.
I mean, but seriously, 15-1. Have you guys looked at that roster? I can't believe they went 15-1. Shit, Cam was doing his damn thing.
Yes, he was.
And honestly, when you guys talk about the stats, his last year of actually playing a full season is very comparable to his MVP season.
He had better passing stats with North Turner, and he was hurt.
Hence I said that. Hence,
You know,
he did well with North Turner.
You know who had better stats than that?
He didn't start with North Turner neither. Oh, Tim, gonna give us some bullshit. Go ahead, Tim.
You know who had better stats than Cam Newton that last year you guys talk about?
Oh yeah.
The guy that everyone says is the most overrated player in the league,
Aaron Rodgers.
Jimmy G. His
Jimmy
his
played
stats
good
were
last
better.
year. The issue with him is his picks were bad timing. Like he threw him at the worst time. Like
Exactly.
13 interceptions, and if you just look at it, 13 is not bad. But when you throw them Jones in clutch moments, you like, oh, like an
Even some of
interception
the
in the fourth quarter of the
completions.
Super Bowl. Like, oh my! Now,
Okay, question. You think Jimmy G beat Aaron Rodgers when we played Green Bay, or was it the running game?
it was definitely a running game.
Goddamn right it was. So
threw
you
6
didn't need
times.
nobody. You could have had me out there handing a goddamn ball
Ryan
off to our running
Tannehill,
backs.
Joe Burrow could have won that game. Ryan, Joe Burrow could have won that game.
Exactly.
I
Top
know.
5 quarterback this year.
We'll see at the end
You're a
of the
nut,
year
Rye.
who's right. You two or me and Bruce.
Okay, okay.
Challenge
Y'all.
And just say
y'all-
right now, I want to hear you both say.
accepted.
Go ahead.
I want to hear you both say. Injuries is no excuse.
Hold on, we're talking about injury is an excuse. If he ain't
Well,
on the field,
You said it doesn't matter because of what he can do, and I said injuries. You said, well, if he's hurt, but
yeah, if
it's
he's
either
hurt,
it's
He gotta be
either
on the
he
field to
does
play.
good or he does bad. You can't take anything. You can't
Here's
have it
what I'm gonna
both
say.
ways.
If he's playing, I'm not gonna give you no excuse. If he's
Yeah.
playing hurt, but he's playing, okay, fine. He's
I'm
playing.
not saying if he's playing good and he gets hurt week 6. I'm
Okay.
saying if he never takes off because he's still injured. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
I won't.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
let this slide. If he's playing,
yeah.
regardless if he's hurt or not, if he's playing, fine. I'm talking about if he's sitting the bench.
And
Because
I would
honestly,
literally
I
hurt.
do think I have to agree. I do think if he has had I think he's had enough time to heal, you know what I'm saying, and to go ahead and be able to be playing at the level of an NFL quarterback. He should be okay. And he still has time enough for camp. You know what I mean? I understand it's only 3 weeks, but he still had a lot of time because he didn't play a whole NFL season pretty much. So,
And Cam,
excuse me. We're going to
You're very
see Cam.
you're a very talented man, and I hope you do well. Only because, like I said the other day, I hope every quarterback does well because it just makes the league a lot better. I don't want no dog shit quarterbacks.
He
I think
played
they-
for
I
a
think they might have
contract
better
this year.
record than
If
y'all.
I'm wrong, Cam, I will send you an apology on Twitter.
They might have a better record than y'all this year.
Mm.
They're not even
All right,
making
Reed,
playoffs.
you're going too far now.
They-
Going too far.
They're making the
Hold
playoffs, Tim. There's 7 teams.
I got a hot take for you.
Oh shit! Of course you
Here
do.
it is. 'Cause
This
you
is
have
the
shades.
when you get outside of the 4th or 5th best quarterback in the league, there's a huge drop off. This might be the worst class of quarterbacks we've had in the 2000s
Okay.
throughout the league. When you look at the starters,
So who you
Mahomes
got?
Mahomes is obviously number 1.
Okay, Mahomes,
Wilson,
Wilson, Lamar.
Lamar.
No, I'm not. Nope. I'm not putting Lamar in at least as. Nope. I'm not doing it. I'm not.
No,
How
doing
are
I
you
am.
not? League MVP. What are you
it.
talking
He's
about?
not. He's not.
Guess what a
No,
ball game,
man. No, he's not elite yet. No.
How is
no,
he not?
no.
How, okay, so
He's
how?
not
All
elite,
right,
no.
Tom,
Go
tell me
ahead.
this. How do you guys? So before Mahomes won the chip, you had him as elite, correct?
I had him as a. I had him. No,
You said you
here's
didn't,
my
Tim?
thing. You got to do it more than 1 year to be elite. Mahomes came out
Okay.
his year,
Okay.
50 touchdowns, 5,000. Okay, all right. I'm close to giving you elite because you threw 50 and 5,000. That's ridiculous. Then the
Goddamn
next
right it
year,
is.
then the next year, boom, you throw 40, and now you're elite. Now you're best in the league. Now if Lamar come back next year and do the same thing again, and they
This year.
13 this year 13-3, okay, now you elite.
Hold on. Does a record matter if you put up numbers?
Yeah, record matter. Why Dak Prescott be elite?
Here's the question: you have
Exactly.
you have to win a ball game when you're a big time favorite.
And there you go.
Here we go.
He didn't
Here we
just
go
lose
with
that
this
game. He got the
playoff
shit kicked out of him.
game. He got the
No.
shit kicked out of him?
Yeah,
Did you watch the
Bruce,
game?
You can't, I mean, I'm
he
not
couldn't-
I did.
He could-
Yes,
he
how many
couldn't throw an
drops did he
out route,
have?
man. He
bro,
couldn't
you
throw an
cannot
out
be
route.
elite without a playoff win. You
Oh
can.
my God. Hey, look, I give y'all the first year. San Diego, great job. That second year, though, his receivers didn't help him at all at key downs.
That's what he was all over the place, man.
And guess what? We all know, like you said, you watched the game, right?
Yeah.
What did they not do? Did they not use Lamar like they've been doing all season long?
Well, here's the issue. They
wouldn't let him.
couldn't because they started down. They once you get down to
They
what's
made
the
him-
name?
You know
can't do
for
that.
sure. You know
They
for
made
sure.
him throw outside.
When we played them,
Yes.
they still ran the ball with him. They still ran the ball.
'Cause they were
They
winning the whole
wasn't doing
game.
that. It's like they jumped out to like a big lead. They didn't.
Tennessee said, "Look, no tight ends. You're going to beat us by throwing outside your receiver."
Right,
He
because he
couldn't
can't
do
throw
it.
outside the numbers.
But
Not yet.
y'all keep saying like those throws were way off. They were not
weren't.
way off. My man had 8 drops in one game.
Yeah, but you have to look
8
at
drops
too.
in one game. That's a lot.
Sometimes they count if you hit your hand, it's a drop.
Bro,
They're both
I
hands,
watched
yes,
that
it's supposed
game.
to be
I watched that game. He did
So
not
did I.
get help. He
He
did
missed
not
wide
get
open
help from
guys
his
on out
guys.
routes all day.
Hey, a lot of
Tennessee
those
dared him.
I
like
see.
here.
I see. And
Here's
guess what?
the issue, Ro. I'm gonna tell you. Here's the issue.
Okay.
By halftime, they were down 14. They were down 14-0 in the second quarter, and then they finally got 6 points.
Okay.
Like, so look at it. Touchdown in the first quarter, touchdown. Now it's 14-0, right?
Okay.
Now Lamar not running the ball. Now he's pressing. Now they got to pass. Change the whole game up.
Whose fault is that? Is that Lamar or is that on the play calling, the coaches?
Well, because the way that Baltimore played, they play controlling the clock. It's hard to control the clock when you're down 14-0,
And
bro.
guess
In the
what?
playoff game.
In their defense, you talk to Baltimore fans and you look at their defense has
But yeah,
always
but
played
you're-
well. And
you're
they
also-
did not step the fuck up.
You're also telling us that 14 points isn't that much.
It isn't. They could have still
In
ran
the-
the ball.
in the
And,
playoffs,
and
it
you
is,
said they
though.
scored a
Unless you're the
touchdown.
Chiefs, it's
It's
a
down
lot of
14-6.
Reese, you're making our point. He's not a running back. He's a quarterback.
I understand
Running
that.
the ball is good, but if you can't throw it back into a game, you can't be elite.
You can't and bro,
That's
you
not
can't
their
expect to have
game,
20
though.
carries when you're down 14-0. You can't.
I'm not
You
saying-
could have still.
I would
My
love to
thing
have
is,
Lamar
you're
Jackson
taking
on
away
my
the
team.
best option. You're taking away the
Yeah.
best. You're not putting pressure on the defense, right? On what you're known that you've been doing all season long.
But
You
they
had the
took it
best
away.
record all season long.
They wouldn't let him. If you look at the tape,
There is
when you
no
watch the
not
tape-
letting them.
Yes,
Bro.
they did. They packed the box and said, "Look, you beat us throwing outside.
We packed the box and we still lost to him.
We played in the rain.
That don't
Yes.
matter. We still
Yes, it
lost.
does.
We
Again.
packed the fucking box.
Again,
Yeah,
when
we
y'all
lost-
did
we
y'all
lost
get a
on
big
last-second
lead
field
against
goal.
them?
We lost on last second field goal.
Time out, Tim. How did we lose? Because they ran the ball on 4th down. And how many times did they go for it on 4th down?
Yo, if
Every
we
single damn time.
were up 14-0, they couldn't have did that to us either.
That's the point.
And
I'm
why
trying
were
to tell
once
you, bro.
again? So okay, cool. Why was they up 14-0? What did the defense do? The defense wasn't holding their own. Now was
Okay, well, okay. Look at this then. Right? Baltimore gets the ball, they punt, run the ball down, score. Okay, you get the ball back,
Yes.
and y'all punt again. Then they run down, score. So if y'all can't stop them, but y'all can't score, what do you want them to do?
It's 14-0 at half, right? As
Well,
Tim
it
said,
ended up being 14-6. Y'all got 2 field goals. But my point
Exactly.
is, y'all were
only down 8 points. Only
yeah.
down 8 points. And guess what? As I said, key drops. There was 8 drops in a game. You guys are forgetting that. Yes, he did throw outside the numbers. Yes, he did struggle too as well. So I will admit that he definitely struggled. My thing is, they went against their game plan, and it wasn't just because of Tennessee. In the beginning of the game, they were going against their game plan. Baltimore is known to run the ball, and even being down, they were known to run the ball.
But my main
have to
point
stick
is
what got you there. They went away from what got you there.
my main
That's
point
all
is
I'm
you
saying.
cannot be elite without a playoff win. You can't. You can't be
Hey,
elite without
look,
a playoff win, bro.
in league MVP, set the league on a storm.
Right.
Threw two
And
picks too.
honestly, even in 6 games, when we became a starter, he put that team to the playoffs. Not Joe Flacco.
Hey, all I know is Lamar Jackson.
That's elite shit. I'm just
was
saying.
tied with Derrick Henry in that game for touchdown passes.
I have
Derek-
Lamar.
Stop.
But-
I have
but
Lamar in
Derrick
that
Henry had two
second
last
Stop
tier.
the goddamn Derrick
I have
Henry.
Lamar in that
No,
second tier. So I got Mahomes, obviously number 1, but he's
Okay.
the elite. I got Breeze up there.
Uh-huh.
I got Wilson up there.
Okay.
I got Rodgers up there.
Okay,
That's
I
it.
give you Wilson, but how is it that you don't have Lamar up there
No.
and Lamar had a better season than Wilson? Because what? Wilson's been doing it longer?
Yes, that's
Okay,
exactly
cool.
why.
All right, cool.
That's exactly
So
why.
3. Who else you got up there?
I said
Wilson-
Rodgers.
Rodgers. Okay.
We're not gonna say. Look, we're not gonna say. That's it.
Yeah.
And then it's a second tier.
I don't have Rodgers.
So then you
my
put
top
Brady in
pick
that
either,
second
so.
tier?
No, Brady's incomplete right now because he was terrible last year, but he has a good history. He incomplete. I don't put him on the list right now. I gotta see how he do this year.
Rodgers is up there on my list either.
I'm not because I'm not putting Brady as elite because what he did last year, he went down.
I think
hill.
Rodgers-
Like he showed that he was old.
You know what? All right, well, Ryan, since you started this, who is your top 5 quarterback? Since you said it's such a drop off, and Joe Burrow better be in that top 5.
You already know.
Oh shit!
No, so obviously Mahomes because he's reaching GOAT status already. Russell Wilson, number 2, and there's a considerable drop off from 1 to 2, by the way.
Okay.
Very considerable. Anyway, 3, probably Lamar Jackson.
That's what I'm saying,
Wait.
bro.
You
Gotta
have
be.
Lamar with Drew Brees, bro.
League MVP motherfucking
1
B.
year you have him over Brees.
And that was his
1
first year
year?
starting.
I mean,
the same thing happened with
Breeze is number 4.
Yes.
I think
Brees.
Drew Brees is overrated.
Damn.
And
oh shit, Tim.
If you
I think Aaron Rodgers is
okay,
overrated.
if you're comparing him to other Hall of Famers, okay, fine. But he's
Yeah.
I'm comparing
come on, he's
what
top
he
5.
does when it's time to go. Aaron Rodgers comes up small repeatedly. Drew Brees comes up small repeatedly. Lamar Jackson came up small.
Pause. All these are pausable things.
Friggin' Russell Wilson is my number 1 quarterback.
I got
Wow.
I can't do it. I can't.
They
get
changed that
I will
offense
never say
every
that. I
year.
will never say Russell damn. I mean, you
It
might.
hurts me to say it. I don't like it. See that right there? That makes me not want to say it.
I know.
But he does more with
with
less
less.
With less, than
anybody. And he still puts up the rushing numbers, the throwing numbers, and he's just, to me, he's the smartest quarterback in the league. He never gets hit.
No question. He don't
I
take
know.
You never
that
see
hit at all.
Russell Wilson get hit.
Pause.
I've seen Pat Mahomes. In my opinion, he's one of those guys that could be Cam Newton in a couple years. He takes big hits for no reason.
I don't really see that much from him.
And
As
that's-
big hits from Mahomes.
Dude, he got hurt last year.
He got hurt
That was from a
Put
QB
that-
sneak. How do you get
Yeah.
hurt from a QB sneak?
because he's weak.
That's
His
a freak
soft ass
injury. What-
bones.
He
Well,
takes
it was him that fell on his leg. Like,
I can't ever remember Russell Wilson getting hit.
he did. He had
hard.
his ankle rolled on, but he played the next week.
Yeah,
It was,
so
I
I'm
don't
talking about-
understand.
I
it.
never
He had a
seen-
high ankle
he-
sprain to play next week.
He's the guy that
crazy.
somehow he's in the middle of the field with 10 guys around him, and somehow he gets out of bounds.
That's
Exactly.
that baseball
He's
slide.
just a
He's
magician.
baseball
It is.
That's
different.
why.
That awareness
That's why
is
he's my
crazy.
number 1.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
hate
said
to say it.
guys that play like Lamar or Mahomes and stuff like that scramble around. Like, look at Aaron Rodgers. I put Mahomes more like an Aaron Rodgers than I do like a Lamar.
That's
And Aaron
fair.
Rodgers gets hurt a lot because he takes hits because he's trying to extend.
He's trying to extend the play.
Bam. Hit
Big
for no
Ben.
reason.
Big
See,
Ben,
there's two
Carson
things.
Wentz, they take
Yeah,
hits, he take
there's
big play.
two-
Yeah.
There's 2 things. Like Ryan said, Cam Newton not jump on the fumble. That's the time to go for it. Taking a big hit in week 2 to get 2 extra yards is not the time to go for it.
No.
Run your ass to the Look at Jimmy G last year. Tore his knee trying to get 1 extra yard on a meaningless play.
He's missed more games than Carson Wentz too. Just FYI for people to say Carson.
Yes,
Wentz
he
is
has.
wrong.
He had a torn ACL. We
Well,
remember.
Carson tore his ACL too. He ain't missed 12 games.
Yeah, but
I'm
when
just
did he
playing.
tear it? You know when he tore it, man. Come on.
Carson's going to come back and make a Super Bowl next year.
Carson shouldn't have came back. Honestly, he shouldn't even came back that
That's
season.
not true. Well, Nick Foles was trash truck. That's why he had to come back early.
Hey,
For y'all
Hey,
Foles
yeah.
and Foles fans out there.
Then he
hey,
left
just
again.
because you played doesn't mean you should have played.
Then he left
But-
again, and Nick Foles took him down there. And I think
Yep.
the Eagles were about to win the Super Bowl again.
Yep. If
And
it wasn't
Alshon
bum
Jeffrey
ass
got
got
that
that
Alshon.
pass. We don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, so for real,
that's
so yeah,
it.
it's that 4, and then I have Lamar in that same tier with Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott.
And
He's
that
that
was
second
another
tier.
one.
He's that second tier, bro. As the top
Mm.
10, but they're not elite yet. I got
You know what,
you gotta
Mr.
win the
Spectacular?
playoffs.
You're going to prove Reek wrong. You're going to prove Tim the GOAT wrong.
I
And
want him to win the
know,
playoffs. I want Lamar to win a chip. I do.
No.
and I know if Bruce
That-
was here, he's
I'm not
another one
saying-
that's going against Lamar.
I'm not
So you
saying
know
he's-
what?
I'm not saying
He's going to
not
get
great.
a playoff win.
I would take him on my team in a second. I'm just saying
Goddamn
You
right.
can't
If we had him,
you
then Jimmy
can't
G,
put
we
him
win that
in
shit.
you can't put him in that top tier when you can't win a playoff game, especially
Now,
when you're a big
the
time
only
favorite.
way I'm gonna
win
take
it
away from
too.
that is if he wins 2 MVPs back to back,
Yeah,
then I'll give
And-
it to him.
and if it
He
comes to
wins
next
MVP
year,
back to
wins
back,
a
I'll give it to him.
playoff game or 2, then I'll give it to you. But you can't not win a playoff game
Yeah, you
as a
can.
heavy favorite and
You
be
gotta win.
elite.
Yeah, have your favorites, bro. You lost to the 6th seed.
But look, time out.
Look, girl, come on, let's keep it being.
Okay, we're going to keep it being. Didn't Peyton Manning do the same thing when they had to lay off?
What do you mean?
When they remember Peyton Manning, I'm trying to remember who they lost. I think it was the Steelers. If
Might have been the Jets.
It might have been. It might have been. Yes, exactly. Actually, I think it was the Jets. They had a long layoff when they didn't
Well,
used to
that-
have division games later in the season,
That
right?
that was
Resting
Herm Edwards' fault
players.
for resting his guy for 5 weeks.
Right.
Exactly.
And
but
what
the
I'm
same
saying
thing
is that,
happened.
but
Same
we know
thing happened
Peyton
with
has his things in
Baltimore.
the playoffs too. That's why Peyton is a little bit as
Yeah.
far as because
So
he
with that being
suspect
said,
in the playoffs.
This is the problem with Baltimore. Baltimore was rolling, and when they locked up the number 1 seed throughout,
They
they
sat out
rested
that
their
16
players
game. They
the
said 16
last
games.
game.
They
Set
did.
out a lot of players. So then you had a bye week. So you didn't play for 2 weeks, close to 3. So with that being said, guess what? I think everybody got complacent. You know what I'm saying? You're rolling. You know NFL players are very creatures of habit. They're creatures of habit. They eat the same thing. You know what I mean? Dress and so forth and so forth. Guess what? You broke that habit. They lost. I'm not going to make excuses for them, but they lost. You know what I'm saying? Coaches, from the top down, they all lost. They didn't play like how they were playing when they went 15-1. That's it. You know what I mean? But yes, I got to give you, I still got Lamar as the elite quarterback. You don't win league MVP and you know that he's going to run the ball. You know it. Every team he played, they had a tough
He did run the
season.
ball.
That's what I'm saying. And he still ran it when guys were stacking the box. And he did throw well, too, as well. So, look, I understand. His first year, he played half the season. He got them to the playoffs.
He played like 10 games that year. Like 10,
He
11
played 10 games,
a
but I'm
lot.
saying starting.
Yeah.
Because Joe
No, I thought he
Flacco.
started like 10. He started a lot of the games. I thought Flacco
No, not his
like
first,
week 6.
Not his first season. Not his first
I
season.
just already started more than that. Okay.
Yeah. His first season.
I thought
remember he
Flacco tore his ACL and got hurt. Like week
No,
like 6,
Joe
something
Flacco
like that.
just playing ass. He just was straight up ass and old. You know what I'm saying? That's what Joe Flacco was. They had to be like, all right, we're not going to probably make it. Let's. Everybody was calling
He
for
was never
Lamar.
good.
They put Lamar in. Joe Flacco had one good stretch. We all know about that, Tim. He had one good stretch in the playoffs. Probably one of the best.
You're right. He
stretches
said he
ever.
started 7 games the first year and went 6
Yes.
and 1.
And he almost had, I think, 1,000 yards that season once he actually started starting.
He had
So-
1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3
See what I'm saying?
interceptions.
So then the next year he's starting. Now you got a different offensive coordinator. What do? You win league MVP. That's elite shit. That's elite.
no,
Now I'll give you.
man.
All right, I will hold you to it. We got to see what he does this year.
Yes.
I got him as elite. I got him as elite.
because
When you do
see,
shit like
see,
that.
that's our argument with
If-
Christian
if he-
McCaffrey because
if
he
he
elite
would've
after
won the
1
Super
year.
Bowl, right?
I'm not
No.
giving you that.
No. My thing, Christian McCaffrey, every single year that he's been in the league, he's gotten better. He's gotten
You
better.
better.
and
That's
better
the
and
point.
better.
You're supposed to be better. You're a top 10 pick.
Hey,
Are you
look,
not supposed to get better?
I mean, we all know there's top 10 picks that didn't get better.
But that's and they're considered busts when they don't get better.
Hey, look, man. Hey,
So
look,
I'm saying you're a number 8 pick in the draft. You better get better every year.
But he didn't just get better. He set a record, bro. He's the first player ever to have
Okay.
1,000.
Let me ask you a question. Would you be happy if they set a record? You were 6 and 10?
Hey, that means I got a bum ass quarterback, and
No,
they
I don't
did.
want to hear
Running back.
none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. I mean, he's not doing.
You don't
what
want
he
to hear
doing
nothing,
not
but that's the
working?
truth. I know you don't want to hear it, but that's
It's
the
not,
truth.
it's not working. What are you
What you
doing
mean
not
it's not
working?
working? I got Kyle Allen, who I don't even like because I got rid of his ass. He's a bum too. Get his fucking young bum ass out of there.
Okay, and what is Teddy Bridgewater going to do? Same stats, just more
Hey.
pedigree. Like
Look,
He don't
I'm with
set the
you
world on
that.
fire.
I don't
He doesn't,
look.
he doesn't turn the ball over.
he
and
don't win you games either.
But time out. When Kyle Allen came in there, where did they go? They went what 4-0, and then
They went the first 4-0, and then with
Yes. And then guess
Yeah,
what? Because he's a bum,
No,
teams
not
figured
that.
out. They got film on them. They
No.
was like, okay, you're really a bum. Let's go ahead and stop all this.
I don't
And
think
that's
that's
what
what
they did.
happened. They ran into the Niners.
They did.
And that
And
was
they
it after
took-
that. Y'all just ruined the
they
whole
took-
season?
They took his confidence
But he
away.
still put up
I
yards
respect it.
against us.
Yeah, but you
That's
lost.
what makes
Y'all won by like 30.
and
What does it
guess
matter?
what? Because their defense was ass too. We were just good. Don't get me wrong. We were good. We were
Like,
good.
but-
We're
like,
good. We're good.
He got empty calorie stats. Y'all were up. Y'all won by 30. bro.
calories.
Like,
When you
won by
beat
30.
Tennessee 17-16, I think it was something like that. How is it empty calories? You beat a playoff team.
Atlanta
Henry
beat a
didn't do
playoff
nothing.
team. Miami beat a playoff team. What's that mean?
Look, okay.
Yeah,
look.
okay. I mean, that's what you said. You said it,
Every
not
dog
me.
has his day, okay?
You said it, not me.
Every dog has his day.
Okay,
all
then.
right? And Carolina was doing well until they hit that
Miami
last
beat
end.
two playoff teams. He beat
Yes,
us
they did.
and the Patriots.
Goddamn right. They whipped y'all ass. I like
All
that.
right, then.
I
So,
wanna make sure
Football-
I mean,
that.
Yeah, look at it this way too. Football's it's not math. There's not A plus B is greater than C. Just because A beats B doesn't mean A can beat C if C beats
It doesn't.
B.
It definitely
Correct.
doesn't.
correct.
So it's
That's why
like-
we lost to Atlanta, and Atlanta
Every
only won
game-
3 games because it's
Look,
Atlanta.
We lost
look,
to Atlanta.
Julio.
You know what? Look, we got it. Understand it. Look, okay, we're going to say this for later because this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? We can go on and on and on about this. We got any other topics, you know what I'm saying?
We
I'm gonna
got
move
to
forward.
talk about Jamal Adams real quick. Remember we were talking about this before.
Ooh,
Ryan's
my
creeping me
God.
out with his glasses, man.
We got to talk about
No.
Jamal Adams real quick because we had this conversation before.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
And Ryan, I want to get your intake on this.
let,
Because
let him know about Jamal Adams.
Jamal
I had
Adams,
a-
don't be stupid. Come to the
I had a argument with Bruce. Unfortunately, not here to defend himself.
hold
He's
on,
barely high rate on Jamal.
Before you
Adams.
start this, before you
Hold
start
up,
this,
hold up.
I saw a thing today that they said that all the Dallas fans that they get Jamal Adams, they said that the Jets are so mad at Dallas for leaking information last year and throwing their game off that Dallas is going to have to way overpay for Jamal Adams. if they
Hold
want.
up. Is this
What?
don't tell me who because I don't want to seem like I'm taking sides. Is this the argument who's better, Jamal Adams or Honey Badger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I tell you my side?
And Malcolm
Yes.
Jenkins. And
That's
Malcolm
all I
Jenkins.
want to know. Please tell me your side.
Yeah, don't tell me who picked who.
Go
I
ahead.
think Tyrann Matthews better.
Thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
And tell him why. I want to hear why.
Yeah, I want to hear this bullshit.
Go
too.
ahead. No, it's not. How's it BS? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Stats too.
Look, right.
I mean, it's not even like
I told him, I
You
told
know-
all of them that Jamal Adams is an in-the-box safety. He's a better version of Landon
Hold up.
Collins.
and you know what?
How does stats?
You know what Adams does better? He sells himself better than Honey Badger does.
But when
Who
you
does?
talk about
Jamal
Adams
swag
has-
to a team and a winning champion, like winning pedigree, Adams don't have that. Like, is his play
He's been in 3 years. He's been with the bum ass
No,
Jets.
I think you don't hear as much about Honey Badger because Jamal Adams does a better job of selling himself. I'm saying getting
Yeah,
himself
but
out.
he overhyped
He got a better-
himself, though.
But why does he do that? You don't hear Jamal Adams saying like, "Yeah, I'm the best. I'm da 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 da." There's a reason. Guess what? They're seeking for him because he is the top safety in the league right
Yeah.
now.
Let's see if Honey Badger can get a first.
I
and
mean, it
second
is
round
what it
pick for
is.
him.
You
Not
can
close.
ask GMs. We're not making this shit up. Talk to the GMs. Look what the GMs are saying. Not us. Not our fans. Not the
better.
stats. Look what
Here's
the
what-
GMs are saying.
Said this, Ryan. Outside of last year, I would take Malcolm Jenkins over Jamal.
I know
Adams.
you're crazy. You're nuts.
Because Malcolm Jenkins can play the slot. Malcolm Jenkins can play deep third. Malcolm Jenkins can sack the quarterback. I haven't seen it from
And
Jamal
Malcolm
Adams.
Jenkins
Jamal
get-
Adams does
get
not play the
cooked,
slot.
and Malcolm
Jamal
Jenkins
Adams
get
does not play
cooked.
deep
Malcolm
third.
Jenkins got cooked.
Outside of last year, he's more versatile than Jamal. Jamal Adams is an in-the-box
I don't know.
safety. And I need an in-the-box safety for Philly. But he's not better than Tyrann Matthew. Tyrann
Who has
Matthew's
the
a
most
ball
sacks by safety in the past 3 years?
Why do you get sacks, bro? Because what you doing? Where you at?
That's what they're asking him to do, right? So he's
But if
doing
you're-
what he
but-
needed to
But
do.
bro, if you're better
Hey.
than just that, why would you not do more?
What you mean? Why did you not do more? I'm doing what my coach is asking me
But
to
if
do.
you're, but okay,
He's-
but if
he's
you're
only
better
played for
than
one
just
guy.
sacking the equipment, then why would you not do more? I understand that.
Hey, guess what? Who has a better defensive line? The Eagles or the Jets?
You keep hold on, they keep
Eagles.
saying this too.
Exactly.
If your boss puts you in charge of one thing at work and you ignore it completely and do something else, even if you do it well, he's gonna be like, "What the hell? I told you to do this."
No,
Exactly.
but
Your ass is
my
outta there.
point is, if your boss sees you could do more than just file papers, but you can assist people and do this at a third and custom cert, he'll give you more things to do. You have to show that you can do more than
never
just
know.
one thing.
You never know.
They don't always show up on the
Greg
stat
Williams-
sheet neither.
Greg
They
Williams
don't
is one of
always
those
show up on the
old-school
stat
guys, man.
sheet.
Those old school coaches aren't like that, man. They want
They
you to
are
do
not.
what they want you to do.
Yes.
It's not like he has a brand new young coach or something like a Robert Saleh from the 90s.
And you got to
who's
think,
the
he had Greg Williams, his last 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
He didn't have him this first year. He had somebody, I think it was Casey Rogers. I have to look it up. I think it was Casey Rogers who was the defensive coordinator his rookie year. Excuse me.
Here's my thing, though. If you're that guy, you change the team. Look at Von Miller. Number 12 pick. Denver was trash. You got to be trash to get number 2 pick. Look what he did to that franchise. He was that dude. Look what Cam did.
And they put help around him, too.
You can't
They
do
put
that.
help
You
around him.
can't say that. It's
You
2 different
definitely can't.
positions.
They definitely are.
Who
And
gets
hence-
paid the most? Quarterback is paid the most. Left tackle, defensive end.
Yeah.
But my point is this. He's a pass rusher, right? So he only has one job. Get the quarterback. So he's a safety in the box. Get tackles. But you're not doing enough to lift. Like, when was the Jets defense top 5?
It's not his fault.
It's not his. You try to tell me a Pro Bowl player because the Jets defense ain't top 5. It's 10 other guys on the football field,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
You know that. Stop it.
Darrell Reeves was number 5 overall, right?
Uh-huh.
Darrell Reeves got that defense to top 5, didn't he?
Who else did he have on there?
Anybody
Scott.
better than Darrell Reeves? He had Camardi.
Bart
and
Scott.
you
He had
said Bart
Camardi.
Scott.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
3
And
people.
Camardi was good, was he not?
He was good, but he
And a
wasn't
better
good.
defensive coordinator.
All right. Name somebody else on the Jets defense that Jamal Adams have. That's good.
Got Quentin Williams, the D tackle.
Who was
He's a
hurt
number.
last
He's a number one of the top picks. They had Little Williams.
Top
He
pick.
was legit
Was
too.
he
That
Pro
number
Bowl?
top pick. They got a lot of top picks, and they're not doing well.
Top.
Why is that?
Picks. Doesn't mean, like you said, they got top picks. They ain't
Must
doing
be
nothing
Jamal
yet,
Adams'
right?
fault, man.
Just because they a top pick don't mean they do anything. There's a lot of people that are top picks don't do shit. So that means just because they was the top pick don't mean they.
But my point is, if
here's the
you're
question.
that guy,
Here's the question.
you should
How come they
change
keep-
the team?
Maybe there's a reason they keep picking in the top picks.
Yeah.
Okay, but after a while, they got to work. Y'all did it. Your whole front line is top picks, and y'all make it to Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
'cause
we did a great job drafting.
Well,
Not-
you get
not
your
just
pick
top
number
picks.
2, pick number 3, pick number 2. You better
Hey,
do good.
look, we are great at drafting. Hence John Lynch. Hey, it wasn't just top picks neither. Also, we worked the market, right? We went and got other guys.
And
So it's not just one guy. It ain't just Bosa on a team that's good. You know what I'm saying?
Technically, our defense was average at best before we got Bosa and Ford.
Yeah. And Ford didn't quite play this year.
So,
So-
Bosa technically changed the team on defense. Him
Yeah.
and Fred Warner.
Exactly. And you got to think, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, even our linebacker core isn't talked about, right? Our linebackers and core isn't talked about. And we had injuries. And we had a lot of injuries on that line. A lot. More than a lot of people even thought of or knew. So with that being said, that comes to great drafting. That comes to great going to the market and getting guys that fit your system. If the Jets were doing that, then guess what? They would have a top defense because it's not only just one guy. Guess what? It's 10 other guys that's on the football
But
field that help.
Here's
do
what
that.
I'm saying. As a safety, do you make more of an impact on defense getting tackles or interceptions?
It
Both.
matters. Yeah.
There's two
No.
different safeties for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, my point is, right, Tyrann Mathieu gets interceptions. They're turnovers, right? That means you give the offense the ball.
They
Tackles
Tackles
different
don't give you the
different
ball.
things.
Tackles just give you tackles.
No,
Not true.
that's true. Not true at all.
No,
Turns the-
I didn't say
turn over,
strip.
make you
I know
punt.
you said strip. I said
No.
it's tackle.
Third
said
and 2,
tackle.
you stuff the running back. What's that do? Turns the ball over.
3rd and 2 is a punt. Possible.
Yes,
They
turn
may
the ball
go for
over.
it. But a pick is a pick, and I'm right here where I got the ball at. So I'm on your side of the field. I got to punt it, take it to the 20 or the 25.
Tom,
It's a
we're talking about
turnover.
Kansas City, right? We're talking about Kansas City, who gave up 25 points in the playoffs, correct?
That's
Yeah,
okay.
Average.
Tw-
25.
Tyrann Mathieu is
25.
probably
They
the
wouldn't stop
10th
nobody.
best player on that team.
My point is Tyrann Mathieu
Adams is
brought
the
a
best
difference
player.
and a swag to him and different types of play. Like,
Then why is
They don't
he
win-
been on so many teams?
he's on 3 teams.
Yeah, in like 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, well,
yeah.
I think he's been a little longer, but okay, Arizona, trash, right? Similar
Uh-huh.
to
Why-
Jamal
why-
Adams, right?
Why
Wanna
did, he,
leave?
why did he make them better? They had Patrick Peterson was the top 3
Yes,
corner
they
at the
did.
time.
Yes, they
had
did. And
good
they went and
linebackers.
got
Why
Honey
weren't they
Badger.
better? Why weren't they better? If you're putting all on Jamal Adams, you got to put it all on
Mhm.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Okay, and I'm saying he left. My point is, Tyrann Mathieu showed in other teams that he could change them and put them into Super Bowl.
Yeah, and if Jamal Adams leaves and goes somewhere else, and then he doesn't do good, then we can say you're right.
Okay,
So what
but
did
my
he do in
point
Houston
is,
that 1 year that he's with them?
what?
When Honey Badger went to Houston, as you pointed out before.
Didn't they make the playoffs? They made the playoffs with him.
They made the playoffs. Okay.
Not
And what did they
because
do in
of
the playoffs?
Well, you can't say it wasn't because he made it, though. You can't say it wasn't either.
Got J.J. Watt.
My point is on that
The punter
defense.
made it too.
On that defense, Tyrann Mathieu is the game changer on that defense. They can't say defense. It ain't nobody
Still
else.
had Kareem. Still had Joseph.
They had Chris Jones. I give you Chris Jones.
Yes.
But a game changer. Chris Jones is good. I mean, he's good. He'll tag, he'll probably get paid. But game changer was Tyrann Mathieu back there. There's a reason why Hall of Famers are saying, listen, I'd rather Tyrann Mathieu than Jamal Adams. He's an in-the-box safety.
And there's a reason why GMs who – I don't care about Hall of Famers. There's a reason why GMs currently who are picking player personnel who are saying, hey, I want this guy on my team, that guess what, are saying, guess what?
He's a baby. He's on a rookie deal.
You goddamn right. And guess what? He's going to get better. And he's a top safety. He's a top safety right now.
Okay, Ro, how do you get better from 120 tackles? What else can you do? 150?
Yeah. If that's what's called upon you. Shit. I mean, yeah.
Like, 120, 100. But I'm saying, I showed y'all before, I compared the stats to Landon Collins. They look damn near similar, right?
Okay.
Y'all say Landon Collins is in-the-box safety, right?
Actually,
so why is Jamal Adams not going to say in-the-box safety? They do the same thing. In the box. Tackles, sacks. That's what he does.
Okay.
You don't pay an in-the-box safety
he has more
$20 million a year.
He has more sacks than Landon Collins in the last 3 years.
Okay. I think Landon Collins, they close in tackles. My point is, I said he's better than Landon Collins. I said that my point was he's just like him. He's an in-the-box safety. You don't pay in-the-box safety $20 million a year. You don't.
You say that, but guess what? Pretty much other people and scouts are saying totally different. They say he can cover. They say he can go ahead and play against the line.
Tyrann Mathieu had more pass deflections than him.
That's by the stat. Just because, guess what? All right, so you can cover, right? Just because you don't get pass deflection does not mean you can't cover.
That shows that you can cover.
What? Well, no, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. If you get a lot of pass defended and you're knocking them down, what do you mean?
You don't have to knock it down to stop a receiver from catching the ball, to be totally honest with you.
I'm saying
it
shows you can cover. It stats show that you can cover. You got to have – you can say lock somebody up. I give, okay, they don't throw to you at third, but what happens when they throw to you? What are you doing with it? Are you picking it off?
Let's stop this. We know for sure stats don't tell the whole story of the game, correct?
They don't tell the whole story, but they tell some of it.
They tell some of it. They don't tell the whole story. So guess what? Jamal Adams sometimes has been a wrecking crew and literally has made people go other places, other sides. He didn't make the tackle, but guess what? He's disruptive. Like you said, close in the box, so forth. Guess what? He's doing that, getting double teamed at the safety because he's coming down. Also, sticking this guy that's in a slot. Guess what? Oh, I'm not going to go to him. I'm going someplace else. That's not on the stat sheet. All those things are not on the stat sheet. And guess what? There's a reason why he's a Pro Bowl player because of that. So these things are not on the stat sheet, but they changed the game.
All-Pro last year?
You said who?
Tyrann Mathieu was All-Pro last year. Oh, my God. Was it? Who had a better year? Who had a better year? Would you rather be Tyrann Mathieu or Jamal Adams right now? Tell me. You tell me.
I'd rather be Jamal Adams because he's about to get paid. He about to actually probably –
I'd rather have that ring.
Oh,
all right, who'd you rather? You rather be Jamal Adams or Tyrann Mathieu?
That ain't because no, time out. That's because of the quarterback, bro. That's because of Andy Reid. That's because of that offense. That ain't because of the defense.
What do you mean defense got turnovers that game? You know Jimmy G.
Oh my God.
Didn't Jimmy G throw 2 picks?
And so did what's name too, right? And so did Mahomes.
Okay.
And guess what? And why did they come back down 10 points? Because of the quarterback, not because of that offense.
But no, who got the turnovers in the second half?
Bro, we stopped running the ball.
I don't want it. Jimmy G. What do you mean?
And once again, we talk about the quarterback. So once again,
but Jimmy threw it to
Sam Darnold, who has mono like he's 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like he a 13-year-old teenager. He told me I got mono. He gonna go there in front of the world and tell him he got mono. Cut it out, young. Cut it out. You're a grown-ass man getting mono. What's wrong with you? That's the kind of quarterback that Jamal Adams had. You put Tyrann Mathieu on that defense. You trying to tell me Tyrann Mathieu does the same thing?
I'm saying Tyrann Mathieu had more of a game changer because he gets picks. He gets turnovers. Turnovers are better than tackles. Interceptions are better than tackles when you're in the secondary, bro. They just are.
You think he would get more turnovers if he played on the Jets defense?
Then Jamal Adams did, yes, because Jamal has 2 in his whole career, and Tyron had 4 in one season. So yes, he would have more interceptions with the Jets than Jamal Adams.
Brucey, you came at the right time. Holy, this guy's still this Jamal Adams shit.
I know this fuckery that we got to deal with. My man.
I know one person got a ring, and I know he was part of that ring. And Jamal Adams hasn't had a winning season. You know what? He Christian McCaffrey. You know what? I'm gonna put Jamal Adams in Christian McCaffrey conversation.
Okay.
Because he's similar. He's similar because he get a lot of stats and no wins. 6 and 10.
Reek, I hate to say it, Bruce, but he's making my fucking head hurt. This San Francisco hat just got fucking tighter. Holy shit.
Reek got me wanting to jump to the other side with that comment.
That shit is bullshit. You like bullshit. That's what it is.
Do you?
No.
Do you?
No, because Ryan knows the truth. Ryan knows the time Matthew got a championship, and he was on that team. That
do you?
Top 5
so, wait, stop.
Got me saying the F word like crazy.
I got you. So, is Tyrann Mathieu better than Brian Dawkins? I can't hear you.
No, he's not better than Brian Dawkins. That's the point. What are we arguing that for?
I'm asking a question. Wait,
are you arguing that Jamal Adams is?
Wait, no, that's not. No, stop. Both of you stop. Go
ahead. No, he's not better than. No, he's not better.
Real bad, real quick. Is he better than Sean Taylor?
No, he's not better than Recipe Sean Taylor.
Okay, so you're gonna sit there. I mean, we sit there and we pick and choose when we want to count championships. Tyrann Mathieu is an average safety. An average safety. You heard what I said. Average.
How do you get all pro when you're average? I guess Carson Wentz is average.
How many teams has he played on the last couple of years? 3. Okay.
Jamal about to play on 3.
How many times? Where?
He's about to lose. He's about to leave the Jets. You think he's going to stay the other next team he's on? No, because he always wants more money and he always thinks he's overvalued. I guarantee you Jamal Adams plays on 3 teams.
There's a reason why he's going to get paid that money.
Him and James are the best safeties in football. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to hear it or not.
I give you Derwin James. Facts. I'm talking about Jamal Adams, the end-of-box safety.
The third best safety, Harrison Smith.
Tyrann Mathieu's only made it to the Pro Bowl one time.
He was an all-pro last year.
Listen, bro, he didn't drop the pick in the Super Bowl to ice the game.
He made it to the Pro Bowl one time in his career.
He has 4 interceptions in 1 year. Jamal Adams has 2 in his career.
Oh, Jesus.
And Jamal Adams.
17-2.
What is the point?
Interceptions are better than tackles.
Time out. Hold on. All right, time out. So you said Tyrann Mathieu. Okay, so he said 4 last year, right? And you said Jamal Adams had 2, right?
In his whole career, not just last year, whole career.
Okay. So what did he have last year?
He had 1.
He had 1, right? And he's playing where? He's playing in the box, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how is it Tyrann Mathieu has 4 in last year, right? He made it to the Pro Bowl, correct?
Right. All pro.
So Jamal Adams in all pro. Okay. And Jamal Adams is as well. I'm pretty sure went all pro as well too, correct?
Let me look.
Go ahead.
Very positive. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he is. Because Derwin James didn't play, and I'm pretty sure Jamal Adams was there. And he made the Pro Bowl last year.
I need you to answer that silly ass question about how many Jets games did you watch?
Watch a little bit.
You told me 3 last time.
3. Right? I watched 3.
So 3. All right, so 3.
Mm-hmm. So when he beat the Cowboys, I saw that.
It's not so, and he was great in that game, by the way.
Right, a lot of tackles.
And right, great. And listen, last time I checked, like safeties, depending on what you're doing and what you're asked to do is what you're supposed to do. So if your coach tells you to do your job, you do your job. If you do your job better than anybody else, that makes you an elite player.
Okay.
Tyrann Mathieu does not do that.
What do you mean? He gets interceptions. That's what he does. He got 4 picks.
Only 4.
4 for a safety is pretty good. That's not trash. That's not trash. Everybody's not Cameron Byard and get 8. Like everybody's not him. 4 is a good year for the interceptions. That's a good year. I don't do that now.
Okay.
Bro, do they win the Super Bowl? Do they win the Super Bowl without Tyrann Mathieu on defense?
No.
Yes.
1,575.
Yes, they do.
If you switch him and Jamal Adams, they still win.
No, because he don't do it. He can't do it.
Oh my God! Better yet, if you switch him and Jamal Adams, that Super Bowl's not close. Sorry, guys. That Super Bowl's not close.
How? When you're in the box, you can't get a many interceptions. You're in the box. They don't play the same.
Mathieu is average, bro.
How you average being an all-pro? First team all-pro. How you average? Please tell me.
Rick, you keep going.
That means
to the most
Carson Wentz is
important
all.
thing.
That means Carson Wentz is average because
the most important thing.
Don't matter.
They're throwing the ball deep a lot because the teams are so far down because of Patrick Mahomes.
that's not my problem. That makes it harder for the defense to stop people from scoring. That means you have more opportunities for people to score.
You talking about a
always
guy?
pick your poison, dog. You pick.
got to.
You pick. Sorry, Reese. You pick what you want to count certain things for. So, like for instance, with the sack leader, bro. Come on, dog. Like you're talking about a safety, and just the eye test alone, Jamal Adams blows Tyrann Mathieu out of the water.
How?
Out of the water.
How is it?
Out of the water.
Let me ask you this: how is it that
Out of the water.
Tyrann Mathieu had 2 sacks last year, which is more interceptions than Jamal Adams has in his career? How is that? How he got more sacks? How he got more sacks than 1 year Jamal Adams has in his career? So I'll tell you more versatile. My guy got more sacks. Your guy got interceptions.
Sacks?
So hold on, then you go to sacks, but
He got
Jamal
2
Adams
sacks
has
last
more
year.
sacks.
No, I'm saying Tyrann Mathieu had 2 sacks last year.
Okay.
Your boy Jamal Adams has 2 interceptions his entire career. So he has more sacks than your guy has interceptions. So that guy's
He's
more versatile
playing
just off of that
in
stat
the box,
alone.
like you said, Reek. You say he's playing in the box, and also, like I said, stats don't tell the whole game. As you know, Jamal Adams sometimes don't even get thrown to because guess what? You have other weak links on that defense.
Wait.
So-
Yeah, okay. You hit the nose on the head, Reese. Do me a favor, Reese. Name me the starting corners on the Jets for the past 4 years. I'll wait.
Bums.
Okay, what are the corners for the
BUMS.
Chiefs? Bums.
Hey,
Okay,
It don't matter.
the Chiefs
hold
corners
on,
were trash.
Rick.
Bashard Breeland was trash. That's why he went to Kansas City because he couldn't do nothing in Washington. But he did get a pick against Jimmy G, though, because that's how y'all trash
and your thing.
Shoot
Hold on, wait.
shots.
And your thing, he had more sacks than Adams had picks, but Adams has more sacks than Matthew has picks.
Exactly.
My point is he's more versatile. Like, how's it that I have more
How
sacks
is he more
than interceptions?
versatile? He has a couple interceptions. Let me ask you a question. Better
Yeah,
question.
3 more actually last
Wait,
year.
wait.
That was it.
Real
3
quick,
more.
real quick.
That's
He
it.
played with a pretty damn good corner in Arizona, right? Pretty damn good corner at Pat Pete.
He did.
Okay.
He did.
He did.
Can I ask? So are you going to sit here and tell me that if Tyrann Mathieu is still in Arizona right now, would he have a ring?
We have a ring? No.
Yes.
Fuck no.
Okay. Tyrann Mathieu went to the top team in the AFC.
They weren't the top team at the time. They
What
were
are you
close.
talking about? What are you talking about, dog?
I
You talking
mean,
about league
they were
MVP?
one of them. I wouldn't say they were at the top. Would you say they were at the top? I mean, Tom Brady did beat them the year before, right?
And
you
how
did
did he
have
beat him?
Baltimore that
How
year
did he beat
too.
him? How did he beat him, Reek? How did
Huh?
he beat him?
That
How
ain't
did
my
he
fault he went
beat
off
him?
sides.
Huh?
My fault he went off sides.
See,
Ain't my
you
fault.
motherfucker.
That ain't my fault he went off sides. Tom Brady beat him. He beat him twice. He beat him twice.
Oh my God, bro.
This shit
I'm
hurts my
telling
head,
you,
bro.
man.
It does. See, I told you. You're making my head swell up. My hat is getting tired. You know what? You're right. Let me borrow them glasses because the bullshit, I need to goddamn get it out my eyes. This shit Reek is spitting right now.
Now, you know
is
what?
getting into
Wait.
my eyes. And
Check
it's
this
crazy.
out.
You know what?
Check this
I'm a
out.
fault. He got 2 first team All Pros. 2. Tyrann
All right,
Mathieu.
check this out.
Thank you
He
very
didn't beat
much.
him twice. Not with what's his name.
Check this out. Check this out.
Yes, he does. He has 2 for 2015. He got All Pro too.
So wait. Hang on.
Oh,
time out.
no, I'm not.
Wait. Real quick. What college did Tyrann Mathieu go to?
LSU, baby.
Yeah,
What college did Jamal Adams go to?
LSU.
LSU.
Unfriggin' believable. Right. Who was the higher draft pick?
That's my point. How the hell you the 6th pick? You not changing your team?
He does.
What is he doing for the team? What are we doing for the team? Cam Newton's been to Super. Hold on. Cam Newton's been to Super Bowl. Julio Jones been to Super Bowl.
Bro,
Von Miller been to Super Bowl.
You're
When Jamal
acting
Adams gonna go to a Super Bowl?
Bro, you're acting like this dude carried the Chiefs to a Super Bowl. Stop, Reek. Like, I know you're smarter than this, Reek.
God.
I didn't
know
say he
you are.
carried him. I didn't say he carried him. I said that
You're
defense
acting like
changed. I said that defense changed when he got there. That's what
Let me
I'm
ask you a
saying.
question.
They were
me
better
ask you a
defense
question.
with the more there.
Wait, hang on. Time out. Tim, matter of fact, my man Tim is here, so I know Tim can back me. Tim,
Kinda here.
something happened this year. Something happened this year for the first time ever in NFL history during the Chiefs run. Do you know what that was?
Come back.
Every
game.
single game, Reek. The
Yep.
defense tried to ruin that run. Tyrann Mathieu was
part
part
of
that. He was shit. He was absolute shit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He tried everything he could to ruin that, dog. Come
No, he
on,
didn't.
bro.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
So
Go watch
now,
the tape.
okay. So now it's all on Tyrann Mathieu. So Chris Jones wasn't part
He's
of that
part of
defense
that.
team.
You said he changed
Now
it.
you want to
Oh,
go
now,
ahead.
because now you say, oh well, now it was.
Hey, you moving the goalpost, Reek. You moving the goalpost, Reek.
Nope, I'm about to know because I'm about to
Moving it.
look up the stats because y'all are saying that, oh well, he didn't make the defense better when he did.
Yo, Reek, in that playoff, like I said before, they gave up 25 points a game, bro. 25. And they were down. They were down with the top offense in the league.
Tim. What was the second round playoff matchup for the Chiefs? The Texans.
Texans, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It was 24-0. What was it? What was the score against the Titans?
17-0, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what was the score in the Super Bowl?
It was what, 30?
10-0? They're down
No.
10.
No,
They're down 10.
they were down 10.
Yeah,
No,
it was 20 to 10. It was 20 to 10.
20-10.
Yep.
Okay.
In the fourth
Now,
quarter,
y'all say
with
stats
8
don't
minutes
tell the
left.
story, right?
With 8
But
minutes
that
fucking left.
Chiefs defense made stops when it mattered, right? Who was part of that? Tyrann Mathieu.
Bro, with all
It
due
makes
respect,
stops
the
when it
guys, I'm not
matters.
trying
Oh
to
my
the guys,
God.
I'm not trying to kill your guy, but that is on. I'm going to tell you right now, that is not that is totally on Jimmy G and Shanahan.
Yes, it is.
They
Thank
did
you.
not
On
did
both.
not do their part
On both.
late in that game.
On
More
both.
Late in that
Shanahan in
game?
my eyes.
All right. Well, I can agree with that.
Please
Shanahan
stop running the
called
ball.
it
We're
shit.
not even gonna go more for that. I'm talking about them two comparable, right? What is more
Real
impactful,
dog.
an interception or a tackle? What changes the game?
Here you go. I have a
All right,
question.
what about a sack?
All right, let me ask you a question. Wait, stop. That's a good point. You make a
A
good
sack,
point. Hang on.
it can,
Real quick.
if you
Real
strip
quick.
the ball and take it off the win like you
Wait.
did against the Jets. I'm not
You
the
have a
Jets,
great
but the
fumble.
Giants.
Reek, you have a great point, Reek. Who would you rather have on your team?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go
On
ahead.
the Eagles right now today? Tyrann Mathieu or Jamal Adams?
For what I need, I'll take Tyrann Mathieu because he's a game changer.
Oh, that's unfucking believable.
Because I put Jalen Mills in the box and let him get the tackles. And let me have Tyrann Mathieu instead of Rodney McLeod take a deep third. And I'm Gucci over here. I ain't got to worry about no deep passes. I'm good over here because I got a safety that can take that deep third. We haven't had a safety that can have a deep third until they put Malcolm back there. But they had to put Malcolm in the box because he had to guard the slot. He had to get more tackles because we do an 8-man box in Philadelphia, which we know.
Hey, can you tell him a little bit when Malcolm was getting cooked?
Malcolm got cooked last year a couple
Exactly.
times. Okay, that's fine. But outside of last year, Malcolm Jenkins was the most versatile safety in the league. Nobody did what he did in the league. He played the slot, he played in the box, and deep third.
Look, I love Malcolm Jenkins. He gave everything he had in 17. He played pretty damn good in 18. Last year, he was a below average safety at times. He did not
I'm
play
not
great
arguing
last
that
year.
at times. I give you that. I give you that.
But listen, I'm telling you right now, Jamal Adams has more talent in his effing pinky than Malcolm Jenkins does.
You're
That's a
talking about
lie.
a
That's a lie.
two-time
Because
Pro Bowler.
when has Jamal Adams guarded Julio Jones one-on-one? Because I can tell you, Malcolm did him plenty of times. Plenty of times.
But why?
He's guarded Antonio Brown one-on-one.
Why do you have to do that?
Stop.
Don't do that.
Say
Don't do that.
Stop. No, stop. You're not. Now you're embarrassing yourself.
How?
Go look at Julio Jones' stats against the Eagles. Please.
I'm saying he's guarding him one-on-one. I didn't say the whole time, but I said he's guarding him and had pass deflection. He had pass deflection against Antonio Brown. When has Adams done that? When has Adams guarded the number one receiver on a team at all? At all? I haven't seen it.
To do that.
He's not.
If you're better than that's in the box, you will be asked to do more.
So Reek, no, you
But
need to
more
talk
is
to
given,
you need
more
to
is
talk to Greg
required.
Williams.
He's
You say,
only
hey,
in the
why,
box safety, that's why he
why do
does.
you not putting Jamal Adams on your best receiver? That's what you need to talk to. You're getting mad at where they're putting him at, and the fact that he's a Pro Bowler, two-time Pro Bowler straight. It's not by accident.
He's good
Tyrann
at what he
Mathieu
does.
has only
I'm not
look. My
knocking
man's
that.
played in 3 seasons, right? Jamal Adams been in the league 3 seasons, and 2 of those 3 seasons he's been into the Pro Bowl. How long has Tyrann Mathieu been in there? 7.
9.
Yeah, he's been in
9. I'm sorry, 9.
I think it's 7.
And guess what?
It is 7. I'm being sarcastic.
You sure? It's 7.
He hasn't been
So
that
guess what? And how many times has he made it to the Pro Bowl?
At least no, because he's an All-Pro twice.
That's all pros. Different than a Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl is
How you
different.
gonna be? You have to be All-Pro or Pro Bowl.
I asked a simple question: who has made it to the Pro Bowl more?
He was a Pro Bowl once, but All-Pro twice. I'd rather be an All-Pro than a Pro Bowl. I'm sorry.
And
I'd
So
rather-
wait,
once again,
so
you're moving
wait,
the goalposts again. There you go again.
Wait,
Moving the goalposts.
Let's slide the goal. Let's slide the goalpost back over. Tim, who's in front of a computer? Anybody?
You say what
Anybody
again?
have
I ain't hear you.
Anybody in front of a computer?
I'm
Yeah,
passed
what's
out
up?
right now. I can't take this now.
All right. Can
I'm
somebody
in front
check
of
up
computer.
last year? Can somebody look up last year's top 100 NFL top players, 100 NFL players. See where Jamal Adams was, and see if you can find Tyrann Mathieu on that list.
They don't have
Because
it for
last
this
time
year. They don't have it for this
last year, bro, last year. Because I'm saying like this, bro, that matters. So your peers are a part of the vote
Yes.
for the Pro Bowl is what? Fans, right? And
One guy
then
plays
the
in New
top
York, one
100.
guy plays in Kansas City.
Oh my God, bro!
Big
He
market
played for
does a lot for
Houston.
you.
Jamal
He played
Adams
for
is
Houston.
37.
And where's Tyrann Mathieu?
Chris
Do I need my
McCaffrey,
bin-
42.
Do I need my binoculars to find Tyrann
Hear me?
Mathieu?
I said Chris McCaffrey's 42.
I know. You keep saying he's older.
Interesting.
Tyrann Mathieu. Where are
Tyrann
you?
Mathieu was not last year, but he was 28th. In 2016, he was 28.
2016.
Tyrann Mathieu's on here, but Eric Weddle is.
If they did it this year, I bet you Tyrann Mathieu be higher than him.
I would bet money against that, bro.
Because one guy help
So
the
hold up,
team
time
get to the
out,
Super Bowl.
time out. He didn't lead that team to a Super Bowl, Reek. Stop with the skip
It was
Bailey.
He
that
helped that
offense.
defense get there. They did not get there.
He just showed up on a goddamn team.
He was the MVP of that defense.
You know what, bro?
Oh my
He gets a
Jesus,
participation
this kid's
trophy, bro. What
That's all he
did was
gets.
he
How?
jumped because he jumped on a great offense. And he
They did
won
not
himself-
have the most
Yo,
interceptions on that
they should-
defense.
They should give him a
That defense
participation
just
trophy. That's
trash.
what he gets. Exactly. He deserves a participation trophy. They shouldn't even give him a ring.
Talking about, you said the most on the defense, so the most they had was 4. That's a lot,
As far
bro.
as a person, that's what one player.
Yeah, one
Listen,
person,
listen.
4.
Listen.
That means
This
they
is
wasn't
out of-
creating a lot of turnovers,
Listen.
especially as far as interceptions.
This is out of control, bro. Like,
Matter of fact,
like
you know what? I'm about to look something up. Let's see where the Kansas City defense was ranked.
oh, this team good.
Pete Prisco had him higher than Jamal Adams, though.
Who, Tyrann Mathieu?
Yeah.
Pete Prisco doesn't know the difference between a football and a baseball, so who
Shannon
cares?
Hold
Sharp
on.
has him hired too. I guess he
Hold on.
just made the Hall of Fame.
Who?
Oh, just so you make the
Who
Hall
made
of
the
Fame
Hall
doesn't
of
mean you know football.
Who made
How?
it? Oh, shit. We're going mobile today.
Knowing football, like how to play football, and knowing the actual thing is way
Totally
different.
different. Totally different. Hence, Mike Singletary. Horrible coach.
That's why most players make shitty coaches, especially in
Yes.
basketball.
Yes. And owners. Hence, Michael
Yeah.
Jordan being ass. Can't help. He's considered the best player, but Charlotte Hornets can't fucking even make it to the playoffs.
Nah, I
Look,
only brought up Pete Prisco because he has McCaffrey as the number 4 best player in the league.
That's fantastic. Never
Yo,
mind. He
guys.
knows what he's talking about.
5. Sorry.
He knows his stuff.
Yo,
What?
What?
I don't know if anyone saw this yet. What Nike just did.
What?
What's that?
They pulled all the Washington Redskins merchandise off their website, and they said
No
they won't
way.
be selling their merchandise until the Redskins change their name.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
That just broke.
Wow.
Oh man. Now what are you gonna do to the slaves making the Redskins merchandise in the sweatshops?
Fucking slaves.
What's that do for them?
They had a job.
Pretty wild, bro. I didn't expect
There-
that. I
there
never
goes their-
expected that.
There goes their 45 cents an hour.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's
Is that
why-
already-
Nike's the biggest hypocrites of all time. That's why I haven't bought anything Nike in like 15 years.
Well, a lot of the I did see about the Kansas City, not the Kansas City, the Redskins. See a lot of their high shareholders are trying to get them to change the name.
The owner of
pull out.
the owner of the field, FedEx.
Yeah.
They own, not only do they own they own the stadiums apparently. Even they are pushing for the red. Like that's their house. They could end that lease when they want.
I mean, very true.
Where do you know what I mean? Where the Redskins going to go play on short notice?
Look, this isn't not even a
Washington
surprise, man.
Foreskins.
They've been talking about changing his name for at least from before I know for at least a good 5 years. Like, what is taking so long to simply change his name? Stop it.
Dude,
It should
how did-
not. I mean,
yeah.
so this before everything happened, it wasn't like this just came up. This was already in motion for the name to be changed. So there was a reason why the name has been brought up and put in motion to be changed. So upon that, it's like, hey, let's just get it together. Let's just go ahead and change it. You know what I mean? I mean, look, it's offensive. It is what it is. Just change it. It's a very short and sweet and accurate thing. You know what I mean? I think that was one of the topics that we didn't talk about tonight. You know what I'm saying? But it should be changed. Flat out.
That's just what the Redskins thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel like getting into that right now, but it's
I
you can find a
gotta
hole in every
change
single
it.
name.
I gotta change it like 15 friggin' days before the season starts.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard, bro. That's like think about that. Total
15
merchandise,
days before
everything.
the season start.
Hey, camp starts at what? I thought it was
3
like the
weeks.
26th.
3 weeks.
These guys don't even know who they play for. I played for the Washington team.
Come on, it's not that hard to come up with another
They should change.
mascot.
Yo, they should change.
Stop
They should do like
Stop
Prince
it.
and change it to a logo.
Hey, Reek, we ain't we talking about a $20 billion company, right?
Which one?
We're talking about the NFL.
Yes, $20 billion
Right?
a year. They make
And
$20
the
billion.
Redskins are part of that. So we're talking
That's
about,
correct.
oh, man, they got to – what they're going to do, they do change the name. Stop it, guys.
If Patrick Mahomes was the
Stop it.
quarterback, they would change the name if he wanted the name to change.
nah,
if he
trying to
said
hear
I
that
wouldn't play.
bullshit.
Maybe Tyrod
Listen to
Matthew.
me. Listen to me. Nah, now you got me started.
Because
Knock the bullshit off. There's no player bigger than this league. Stop, bro. Stop it. I don't care if you're green, yellow, purple, black, or white. It doesn't matter. You're not bigger than the league. That's why it's called not for long, bro.
yeah,
You're
but
not
when
going
you're
to
the
change
face of the
Kansas
league,
City Chiefs name. Bullshit, bro.
I mean,
Bullshit.
Here's a question for you guys.
It's not true.
Well, here's a question. You have a problem? People have a problem with this name, but you don't have a problem with their merchandise being made in sweatshops overseas.
Who said they don't?
Some people don't.
People buy the stuff.
I'm not saying I don't have a problem. I mean, I get all that. That deals in China and or wherever in Asia, and it's terrible. I'm not saying that's wrong.
I wear Nike.
You still support it.
I wear Nike. I didn't say no. I'm Native American. Matter of fact, I'm Native American. It don't offend me. And I hate the Redskins.
Hey, you're one of many. Okay,
I know a lot of
you,
Native Americans.
just because you don't doesn't mean
German.
the masses do not.
Native American.
I don't buy anything made in a sweatshop.
You don't?
Hey, I go to the gym. I'm in a
You're wearing
sweatshop.
something on your head that's made in a sweatshop, Pop.
I know.
It's made in America, dog.
Not New York, still made in a sweatshop.
He was out there
It's an
sweating like
American sweatshop.
I'm telling you,
Take that
you now,
damn
Tim,
Yankee hat off.
if you
There's
legit
this thing as
believe
American
that,
sweatshop.
you're gonna have a lot of clothes. Cause a lot of clothes or a lot of stuff you have, it came out of a sweatshop somewhere. Somebody gave
Made
paid
in
pennies
America,
on the dollar,
baby.
unfortunately.
I buy made
Hey,
in
listen.
America.
And listen, I get it. I mean,
I
Under
buy
Armour's
New
made in America,
Balances.
right?
Made
Hey,
in
I
America.
just want to make sure y'all know. And even though we went a little bit off, but the Kansas City Chiefs defense was ranked number 17, and the New York Jets defense was ranked number 11.
Okay, but how about this?
Don't
Let
give
me
me
ask you
how
this.
about
Let me ask you this, Ro.
Don't give me how about anything.
No. Let me ask you this,
Talk about
Ro.
who made it better.
Ro, let me
How
ask
are
you
you
this.
ranked less if
Ro?
you are so good?
Ro, hang on. Let me ask you this.
I'm hanging on.
What is the
Cliffhanger.
most important thing about a defense?
Having a good quarterback.
No,
Not letting
Ah,
Not
what
letting
is the
your
most
team-
important thing about a defense, Ro? Is
Not letting
doing
your
what?
team score. Not letting your team score.
I'm glad you said that, Ro.
I give you that.
So what? So the Kansas City Chiefs had 19.3 points a game, and what were the Jets? 22.4.
Okay, great.
wow. And let me
Now
ask you a
I'm gonna
question.
look up 2018.
Let me ask you a
Okay.
question real quick, since you're going to talk that shit, Reese, and because you're really not
No.
going in the right direction.
He's not.
You're like
It
going
clearly
back.
is. If
Matter of
my
fact,
team stops you
it's like
better
you're-
than mine. My
matter
team
of
better.
fact, it's like
Now
you're
it
trying to
stops.
you're trying to bounce a flat basketball. That's what it sounds like right now.
No,
Listen, bro. I love you. The shit you're talking about, Jamal Adams, you're better
crazy.
than this. You
It's
talk
crazy.
about the eye test. This guy is the epitome of the eye test.
No.
Okay? The epitome.
He's
Bro,
great. He's great in
stop
the
it.
box. He's great in the box. Great in the box.
Bro, he runs a 4.3.
What does that mean?
That means he can cover
Awesome.
anybody he wants.
Show me the footwork. Show me his hips.
He
Show me him
doesn't
going against
have-
somebody
You
one on
gotta watch a
one.
Jets game. That's why. You gotta watch a Jets game, and you'll see that.
Why is it that
First of all,
Tyrann Matthews are
who
more
wants to
pass
watch a Jets
deflections?
game?
Now, here,
I mean,
I'm gonna
look,
make
when
my
they beat
argument.
Dallas, I
I'm gonna
actually
make my
liked
argument
it.
even
I actually
better.
put money on that.
I'm gonna make an argument even better. So
Exactly.
when I talk about Tyrann Matthews, the year before he got there, they were giving him 26.3 points a game. So from
Okay.
26 to 19, that's an extra touchdown gone when he got there.
It was all because of Tyrann.
Chris
Wow,
Jones was
he's
there the
so
year
good.
before,
It
wasn't
was
he?
all because of Tyrann.
Wow. That just put him over the top.
Who
Sorry,
else?
you know
Chris
what? I
Jones
lose
was
this
there
argument.
before.
Okay, so
That's
you
a
said
big
they gave
jump.
him
A
you said they
full
gave him
touchdown?
26, right? You said
Huh?
they gave him 26, right?
26.
And
Now
then
look
in
at
the
the
playoffs
Jets.
they gave
The
up
Jets were
25.
27.
And then in the
How
playoffs they
many
gave up
points did they
25 when
average
it
in the
really
playoffs?
matters. So they didn't do
Exactly.
anything different than they did the year before. And guess what? As you said, as you pointed out, Reek, what What happened the year before? It's not because the guy went off sides, right, that they lost to Tom Brady. So they gave up the same amount of points that they did the year before in the playoffs, actually 1 point left, and they still lost the game. This year, they're down, you know what I'm saying? They made a record of the only team ever to come back each and every game, and they won a championship. Was it because of defense or was it because of the offense?
Well, it came back because of the offense. But my point is, when you're comparing the two, somebody made the defense better when somebody else didn't, because the Jets were 27.6 a game and they went to 22. They still 6-10.
You're talking about points, right? You're talking about
because that's what defense does. Points.
Time out. And
I wish I could find turnovers.
It's time out. And also with the defense, also they put together with special teams, correct? So when you average those points, it's not always just on the defense. It's also special teams that count to that. It's also when the offense is also doing what? Turning the ball over and pick six, correct? You got Sam Darnold, who missed games with fucking mono. You also have an offense.
Now, pick six don't count towards the defense. No, they don't.
Great. Also you have an offense that also isn't controlling the clock, and you're putting your defense on the field even more. So guess what they're going to do?
Well, you also got a team that scores a lot, so defense is on the field a lot too. I can argue that too, because Mahomes scores a lot.
Go ahead, Bruce. There's no getting through to him.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I know. I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm gonna bid you guys adieu, because tonight wasn't the night for me. I had a lot of stuff going on, getting ready for the holiday. I hope everybody's super safe out there with the 4th. Don't drink too much.
I'm drinking already. But I got to drink.
But yeah, I know. Reese is gonna drive some of you guys. Or Reese's gonna drive some of you guys to drink, and Reese is gonna drink for you guys. But
I appreciate it.
Listen, I get your Jamal Adams point to a degree. You overrate Tyrann Mathieu by a ton. He's not even top 5 in the league. Sorry. He's just not.
All I know is that he made that defense
and
better.
By his own peers.
Bro, let me ask you a question.
CB top 20. I can't see top 20 this year.
Let me ask you a question. You're going to sit here and talk about he made this defense better. You keep saying that.
Yeah.
There's literally a legit statistic that says they were historically probably the worst defense in Super Bowl run history, bro.
No.
What does that say for you? It's historical. It's a stat. You can't get by a stat. You talk about stats. Todd. No, but serious. Stop. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't sound right, bro.
It's crazy.
Special guest. Stop.
Hey.
But listen.
Hey.
With that being said, we'll battle about this plenty. We're going to have plenty of debate.
That's fine. And Jamal has to still be 6-10 and great in the box.
Listen, and that's cool. And if Tyrann Mathieu stayed in Arizona, he's still doing the same exact thing. It's not always about where you're at. He jumped on a contender. He's a front runner like Kevin Durant. I'm not trying to hear this shit.
Now he's a front
he did
runner.
nothing for that team.
So he didn't make the team better?
Not if Jamal Adams is a Niner next year.
Average.
So what are you going to say when Jamal Adams goes to another team and they still don't win?
Jamal Adams ends up on that
He's coming to the Niners and we're going to win.
Finally. The Niners get to join the Eagles in this.
Hey, but look, we're going to have to wrap this up.
I didn't get that out of the way.
Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Rye, you know what I mean? I don't know if you want to take us home.
You do it.
Okay, cool. Hey, once again, fans, we appreciate you guys listening. We hope we're able to just, to take your mind off just a little bit for a good 45 minutes to an hour. We appreciate all the listens. We appreciate the support on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, man. Also, even on YouTube, continue to please like and subscribe, hit that notification button. Continue to look out. We're also continuing to work on the T-shirts. Let us know what you have with your input. Anything, man. Continue to look out for Goat Madness. And honestly, you guys enjoy your holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July to everybody.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yes. Continue to please be safe out there. Continue to
don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, don't do that.
We want to have everybody
don't cut
Monday.
Don't lose a finger on fireworks.
Yes, sir. You got anything to add, Ryan?
Nah, my bad. I had a little situation going on, guys. I got nothing. I just actually got back on just now. So,
you gotta go tag with the anvil.
Right.
Nah, I think I had a bad experience with a pizza shop.
Oh man.
Bloop, 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 bloop. But yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have for first time history a bathroom break here on Football Guys.
No.
Hey, we get raw here, man. I mean, even ass cheeks is raw. So with that,
listen, I'm the guest star.
So hey, once again, We appreciate it. Once again, it's the Football Guys Podcast. Like us on Apple and Spotify. We out. Peace.
YouTube, subscribe, notification bell.
Yes.